We need it done this year.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Mike.
I'm Spencer. Dan.
This is Board Game Rundown. Today, instead of your normal rundown, we're going to do a Gen Con preview. We're basically going to go, we've looked at a list of everything coming out of Gen Con, and we've gone by order of publisher and then just kind of made notes on games we thought were interesting, right? So we're going to kind of run down. Hey, I see what I did there.
Yeah, that was clever.
Run down that list, and yeah, we're talking about things that we think are interesting. Obviously, please let us know in the comments things you think are interesting, what we might have missed.
Also, really quick, no, Spencer and I did not plan on this.
Nope.
As a matter of fact, last week I said I'm going to be wearing a red polo next week.
Uh-huh.
So maybe he did plan on it.
Yeah.
Because I said that.
I was supposed to wear a blue polo. A, I forgot, and B, I just got a bunch of new Notre Dame polos, and so there was kind of no way I was not going to wear a new Notre Dame shirt.
But whatever.
And shocker, this is my first polo on air, so
Yeah. Oh, you
here it
own
is.
some.
I have to wear them Monday through Friday, so sorry if on weekends I try to get comfortable.
I have
my
to wear
bad.
I have to wear an annoying work T-shirt Monday through Friday, so this is my relaxed gear. You know.
I went
Well,
to
at
church
least-
like this.
No,
At
dude,
least you
I'm-
weren't the only one wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Hey, Andrew.
Andrew couldn't afford sleeves that day.
So how we're going to do this is we're going to go through kind of alphabetically through publishers because that's how you guys will see it. If you want to follow along on the BGG list, you just go to Google, type in Gen Con 2022 BGG. It'll be the first link, and you can follow along with us, and you can see what we skip.
Now,
A lot.
before we get started on that, Mike, there's some business we got to take care of.
That's correct. First of all, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell.
Yeah.
Secondly,
Always
we've
do that
had
first.
a couple videos that are just racking up the views. One of them being our most overrated, overhyped top 10,
yeah.
which we had a blast filming. We've got a ton of comments. Actually, some of those comments are not all positive. We've been dodging a few bullets in the comments
All right,
section.
listen. If people need to use this for sleep therapy, that's fine, as long as they leave it on the whole time.
Yes.
Correct.
You
That
know,
is a very important analytical
we
stat,
are in discussion. We're in talks with some pillow companies. You know,
Absolutely.
we could do some merchandising,
Official BGR.
some BGR pillows.
Yeah.
You know,
body pillows.
Our pillows.
Yeah.
yeah.
It'll have Mike's face on it.
But mine will just have the back of my head because nobody wants to see this.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Last bit of news is we still currently have a giveaway
We
for
do.
Role Player going on.
Right.
There will be a link in the description. If you would like to get Role Player for free with just a really simple task we ask you to do, click the link in the description at the
And
end
it's
of
a
the video.
great game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good.
Oh,
if you haven't
it's
played
such
it.
a
Free
good game.
version of Role Player.
and if you already own Role Player, get in there, get a copy of it, and give it to somebody.
Yeah, free games, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
Free games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do real quick though. Let's
Yep.
just do some games we played before we
Oh,
get
yeah.
in, since we're gonna skip
Sure. Okay.
doing crowdfunding and
okay.
news. If you've got any,
I mean-
I haven't played a ton.
I played the Blockbuster
played a lot.
movie trivia game.
Love it.
Okay, yeah.
With my family.
Really?
We
Is that
played
decent?
it correctly
I
for
love-
about
yeah.
5 minutes. And then it turned into my brother taking every card out of the deck, standing up, and just doing charades as poorly as he could and getting us to guess everything. That's what
Okay.
it turned into.
If it was fun, that's all. that
Yeah,
matters.
exactly.
I
That is all that
really enjoy it. I've also never lost.
It's super
Wow.
simple. It's a
So
bunch.
you love it then.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of movies, and it's so two teams, right? So let's say me and you are team heads, right? There'll be a thing that comes out that says, name a movie starring Tom Cruise. We go as fast as we can until someone hesitates. That team loses. The other team gets 6 cards. They top deck 6 cards. I take the 3 I want, and you are forced to have those 3, and then you one-word one, quote one, act one out. That's it. If you get all 3 of yours, you can steal the other teams, and then there's like 7 or 8 genres. You need one of each genre.
Yeah.
See,
Dude.
I always thought I was a cinephile until I
The
played
Big
with
Lebowski.
these
There
two
you go,
guys.
Huh?
I always thought I was a cinephile until I played with these two guys.
Oh.
I am an amateur at best.
Well, oh God.
Matrix.
Every Keanu Reeves movie. Okay, but that's a topic for a different day.
No.
I think
That
that's
game's
all I
everywhere.
played.
Like,
Yeah.
it's in
The
Blockbuster
Walmart,
game.
Yeah,
it's
you
in
can find it anywhere.
Target.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
You know what's funny is
easy to
I
find.
do not have the love and nostalgia for Blockbuster because I always went to
Family Video.
Family Video.
No, well, Family
for the
Video
back
more,
section.
and yeah.
I did
And Hollywood Video. I actually went to
Hollywood
Hollywood
Video.
Video,
Hollywood
way
Video.
more than Blockbuster because they were
too.
cheaper, and I was a poor,
Better selection too.
bartender server. Yeah, they did have better selection. Blockbuster is overrated, but the game is great.
Oh, and my brothers finally played Reload with me.
Oh yeah, what they
yeah.
They seemed to like it. I mean, it was a bit to try to teach.
Oh,
You know,
sure.
they haven't played something like that with all the different stuff and everything, and it's been a very long time since I've taught it.
Fortnite the
But
game.
overall, they all said they had a really
Essentially.
good time. I got my butt kicked. I'll tell you this. They both had like a very similar score. Zach barely won. I had nothing. I was like, did I play? I wasn't sure what happened. But anyway,
And
I
you
think
had
that's,
you had that much even with the beginning. Like
yeah,
that
exactly.
Beginning
yeah,
of the load
I know.
bar.
I
they gave you?
literally got like one trap and one like yellow thing. So I had like the
Burp, burp.
beginning plus like that.
Oh, no.
And that's it. It was bad.
Spencer, what'd you play?
I had a couple of game nights. We did a Meeple meetup,
yeah.
and I played Return to Dark Tower with
No
the
way.
Alliance expansion.
What?
Oh,
Yay.
yeah,
On the bright side, you're going to be able to teach the hell out of that when you eventually
Yeah.
have to teach us.
So I got Caleb into it and my daughter, and that game was so rough the first 3/4 of it. Every time he was ready to do something, the game would be like, nope, take that away.
Yeah.
Were you playing with the new skull rule?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what part of the problem was. Every time he had to go somewhere, he had to give up just one too many warrior.
Uh-huh.
So hard. But we did win in the end.
Oh, there you go. That's good. Though.
Barely. We were like last
Cheater.
month.
The struggle is real, but man, it can really make that
It
game
can
for you.
kick your butt. But then we played, I got all the kids that were meeple together, and we played Platypus and
So good.
Blank Slate, in which I learned don't play these games when you're 30 years older than everyone else.
The references are going to be different.
Yes, they are.
You get called a boomer the entire game.
I don't think they knew that word yet. But then I went to Andrew's house, and we learned how to play Netrunner, Android Netrunner.
Oh, cool.
Finally. He's been trying.
Oh,
man.
How is
Ryan.
it? How is it?
Oh, we liked it. The problem is the book sucks.
Oh, sure.
We're going through trying to find stuff. There's a really important rule that was like stuffed in the indexes somewhere. I'm like, oh, I only have a limit of 4 of these things. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? And
And then Andrew's like, hey, calm down. It's not my fault.
oh no, we were both. It was his first time too, so we were both like
Yeah.
getting into it. But then by the end, we did figure it out. And,
Nice.
and we're starting to figure out some of the strategies, like don't put a really high cost thing and not defend it.
You know what? That works for almost every game, including
Almost.
life.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
And then I taught him how to play New Frontiers, which is the Race for the Galaxy
Yeah, that's
board
a good
game.
one.
You and Andrew did, you're saying?
Andrew, me and Andrew,
Great
yeah.
game. What did he think? Because
Yeah,
he
I
hasn't
liked
played
it.
Race
He
for the
loved
Galaxy yet, I think, right?
He has Roll for the Galaxy. He's not played it. He's not played Race for the
Yeah.
Galaxy. So at first, the iconography, he was trying to figure it out, but then he got it. There was like one moment where you could just see his eyes go, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I got it."
Well, it helps that he's currently designing a game with a bunch of iconography, so he's probably having to get
And
used
he was
to that.
showing me that too.
Yeah.
And that was the closest game of, well, pretty much any game I've ever had.
I got
I
really
know.
close. How close did he get?
Okay, so we were completely tied,
Somebody's.
and we had to go into
Wow.
tiebreaker.
What?
And I won by a single
This
credit.
is ridiculous. I lost by like 2.
Yeah, I know.
It was so close, and somehow he had to outdo me again.
But it was a fantastic game. Had a blast.
That's great. That is great. What about you, Mike?
Well, it's been a while since I've been on a rundown,
Oh,
so
dear
if I
God.
went through everything I played, this
Settle
will-
down.
What did you play
This
last
will be
week?
our entire list. No, so I also, these guys reviewed it. I was not on that panel, but I have played My Father's Work. Also was a big fan of that game. I, unfortunately, story elements to games, to me, sometimes can drag things on. I sort of, no offense, Bob, I sort of like found myself sort of zoning out while he was like kind of reading the story stuff.
That's
I'm
because
like,
Bob doesn't do the voices. Dan and I do the voices.
That's true.
oh, what do I do?
Yeah.
Yes, but the gameplay mechanics are great. I think it's a fun game. I'd like to play it again.
In all seriousness, right? Because Dan and I will play Descent or something, and we definitely do the voices.
time.
when we
And
Well,
play.
maybe I should be the reader
When
next
we
time,
play
'cause I'm
Descent,
willing to do that.
I'm embarrassing when we play Descent.
No, you're not. It's
Every
fun.
character I have a voice set for.
And then whenever we do Justin's character, it's like, hello,
Every time.
here too.
Because he doesn't read his own.
'Cause he won't read his own,
So it's
so-
like, Tim, deep, and then I have like my own voice. And then, Justice turn. Like, just every time.
Now, if somebody was reading my father's work like that, I would be riveted. Continue.
10 out of 10 game.
Don't stop reading.
It's all written by Igor.
Yeah. hump?
We did a random meetup. I got to play some Crokinole. Full disclosure, I am very mean at dexterity games. So if you play Crokinole, just
haven't played
expect
it.
to be in second.
Good for you.
Nice.
I should
Hold on.
play it and beat you just because I hate it.
And then never play again.
Exactly.
As I've made very clear in the Discord, I love the game of Cubitos. I cannot stop playing it. I've played this game 13 times
Oh
in
my
6
gosh.
weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
I cannot get enough of that game.
Yeah, I want to play that now.
It's amazing. I love it.
I don't want to play it
We
now. I'm
snuck
just kidding.
in. I'm offended. We snuck in a game of Altiplano at my house last week because Andrew has a copy, wanted to learn it. Man, I butchered a rule, and it very much
Is that why the game was so long?
No.
Okay.
It's why everybody scored so much.
Okay.
You buy a second cart. Cart is how you move, and then you got to pay food to walk around, and it's not as efficient. Well, you still got to pay food if you buy a second cart. Whoops.
Okay.
We
and
snuck
then
in
the
Blood
big
on-
boy.
We played Blood on the Clock Tower.
We
did.
played a full game of Blood on the Clock Tower.
We did.
It's so fun. It's amazing.
I feel real proud of that one because I feel like I was instrumental in cracking that
Were
game
you?
of Blood.
Because everyone just thought you were evil the whole game.
All I had to do, man, he felt like we picked on him a lot the last video. I wasn't going to mention him, but I'm going to. All I had to do was talk to Jonathan and hear him cackle about every single one of my theories, and I'm like, I'm voting for him. My goal is to convince everybody to vote for him, but by then, everybody had already talked to him, and they were convinced to vote for him anyway.
We had
So I was like, oh, okay, I see why we're voting for Jonathan. Let me go sit down. And
we
wait for
had an
everybody to
amazing
vote.
thing happen that I've seen happen like twice. You know, it can happen when you're doing the in-person ones where the two bad guys did not know. Well, one of the bad guys, the minion, did not know who his demon was because he thought the
thought it was the
storyteller
person next to
pointed
him.
at
Yeah.
someone else.
Yeah.
And so the whole game, he's not sure, like, how do I talk? And his demon's not talking to him, like, about evil stuff. So he was like, I guess. Oh, and this was his first game, by the way. And he was like, okay, I guess we're playing this on the down low. Like, I'm not going to talk to this guy. And meanwhile, the actual demon's going to Andrew. And he's like, hey, man, so here's all the evil plans. Andrew's like, whoa, evil plans. I know nothing about evil plans. so amazing situation. And he took it like a champ. He played super well. So
He
It was
also
fun.
got. Yeah, Jonathan got lucky. I was suspecting him from the first day when I talked to him. I was the Slayer, and he killed me that night.
Oh, yeah. Nice. And then
Last one I would mention that I finally got to play is Nidavellir.
Nidavellir.
However,
Nidavellir,
I've
yeah.
heard both pronunciations now. No idea. It's a made
I've also
word.
heard both now. I had never heard the other one before
I've
about
never
10
heard
seconds ago.
Nevada
I
Delivery.
love bidding games, and this one does not disappoint.
It's really good.
Very good game.
It's a bit
Works
expensive.
very well with two, actually, even
Yep.
which most bidding games do not handle very
Yeah.
well. This one handles it
I like
very well.
the exchange.
I actually
it
think
kind
I've
of makes
played
me
it
think
at
of
2, 3, and
Raw
4
a little
now.
bit.
The upgrade of
Yeah,
the bidding
yeah, for
game is
sure.
a
where
very
you swap
cool
your,
mechanic.
your things
Yes.
out. It's not
It's,
exactly
well,
the
yeah,
same,
it's way
but
more in depth than Raw, but it's definitely
but
the idea.
It's a cousin, right?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
For sure. Hot cousin.
And
maybe.
then
Hot
I thought
cousin.
we already talked about this, Tim, huh? That's why I didn't mention them, but I guess this was also our night with Skeptics and all that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that officially yet. So yeah, Dan and I played Skeptics. It's still really fun. It whooped our butts. Oh yeah, Spencer was there.
Yeah. and
Jesse played it with us.
Jesse.
Yep.
I kept
So
wanting to say Jeremy. Sorry, I don't know why.
Skeptics is really good. We're gonna have a video coming out for it soon. It's just with Gen Con stuff coming up, and then we had some other reviews that we really wanted to get done. Skeptics is there. It's totally review worthy.
Well, plus, not the whole crew hasn't played it yet, anyway.
Yeah. We got to get Bob and Mike or Andrew or somebody else.
whoever's
there.
gonna be in it.
So whoever's gonna be on that video to play it also. Super fun dice rolling game, similar to like Elder Sign, but with a board that you're moving around.
Yeah,
and
it's just a cooperative dice rolling game. It's fun.
it's really fun, very stressful, and yeah, we had a really good time with it.
We lost too, which is always nice.
Oh yeah,
Difficult
but
co-ops.
just-
difficult co-ops.
Just? What are you talking about? Just?
I know.
We weren't even close.
We also played My Father's Work, and we did a review for it
Yep.
somewhere up there. Okay, there it is. And it's a fantastic game. Spoiler alert. It's really good.
Yeah, it's too good.
It's
And
really,
it's getting a
really
little bit
good.
of hate right now
kinda
because
wanna
people are saying it's
play
like
it again.
3.5 hours long, but I just don't feel it. It's so good.
our learning game took 2.5 to 3 hours. It did not feel that long. It was really more. I think I made a comment about the time while we were playing it, but it was more like, oh my gosh, like this much time has passed already.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience with Ark Nova. Like Ark Nova is a longer game, but it does not feel long because there's so much planning that your downtime doesn't always feel like a lot of downtime. So everybody I felt like had plenty of time to take their turns and everything, and the game flowed very nicely. Just, lots of really good things to say about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did mention I felt like it dragged a bit for me. But,
Sure, but you weren't into the story element.
Well, yes, and apparently that's because Bob doesn't know voices.
Yeah, you got to do the voices, Bob. Doesn't work.
Nah, it's not a Bob thing.
We also played Ven.
Yep.
We've got a review of that coming out soon. If it's not out by the time you've watched this. Ven is a really interesting game from the op. It's a party game where you got these circles you drop down. You're trying to. It's
Venn diagram.
Yeah. And you're using these like Photoshop Dixit style cards.
Yeah.
They're Mysterium style, right? But it's all weird Photoshop stuff. And you're throwing them down and you're trying to get your team to guess your 3 words.
It's going to be available at Gen Con.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, we played Disney Sorcerer's Arena, the
yeah,
Epic
the
Alliances.
expansion.
Yeah, so we did it with the Stranger Tides, I believe, is the expansion.
No, not Stranger. Stranger Tides is a Pirates of the Caribbean movie or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Davy Jones' Locker.
Yeah.
Davy
It
Jones,
was
Moana, and
something
Stitch.
wave, like tide,
It's some
title
title.
something.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, the expansion was really good.
water-based.
It was the characters really neat. It's a fun game that I think is going to get underestimated for a little while until more eyes get on it. They're also planning on doing organized play, which means prize kits and promo
Interesting.
cards and things like that. I believe they're even doing tournaments at Gen Con.
Oh.
So keep your eyes open for that. Then we played we got a review copy of Monsters and the Things That Destroy Them.
Yep.
So this is a very quick
Turning the Tide.
Turning the Tide.
See, I told you.
You were right. Stranger Tides. I was close. Anyways, Monsters and Things That Destroy Them. It's a Joey Vigor game. I personally like several of his other games like Growl and Chaosmos and things like that. So this is a very fast-paced, sort of like Love Letter. You're drawing a card. You're going to resolve it, and then once the deck is empty, everybody is going to basically hold on to 2 cards, and you're going to play those for your points. Some cards will cancel out other people's cards. So you're also trying to remember what was played where. There's 2 incidents that are out right now. There's like the classic movie Monsters, and then there's the Deep. The Deep is like all nautical themed, or as Dan kept saying, Cthulhu themed.
Lovecraftian is what I was saying.
Even though there's only one Lovecraftian monster.
No, they're all Lovecraftian. Lovecraftian just means weird, confusing. So they're all Lovecraftian.
Life
tentacles.
is Lovecraftian for you. Then.
Yes, I'm always weirded out and confused.
But the version we specifically played is a new one that's coming to Kickstarter probably in the next month or 2 called The Dead, and it focuses on like 80s to 90s like slasher monster movies.
Yeah, a couple things. First of all, standalone. They're all standalone.
All standalone.
So that's good. They're like expansions, but they're standalone. So they're not expansions. Second of all, The Dead is fantastic.
It's really good.
I love the
You had me at
artwork.
horror
I
theme.
just, dude,
Yeah.
I every
They're
time
all horror themed.
every
but-
time Pinhead comes out, I'm just like, you opened it.
Every time,
I have to
yes,
take
yeah.
it.
Well, because you can also then get the puzzle box.
The puzzle box, exactly.
No tears. They're a waste of good suffering.
Yeah. So, anyways, Monsters and the Things That Destroy Them. Dan and I really have a good time playing it. Bob gets mad because he loses.
Sure, but it's he just wanted something a bit deeper, but that's not the game.
That's
so-
exactly. It's not.
But
the
it
game.
only takes like
not the
5
game.
minutes.
Exactly.
I do think it's important I mention one other game I played because
Oh.
I'm going to get to say 2 things that I love saying. One, Tim, you're wrong. Foundations of Rome is a great game. Dan, you're wrong. Lords of Vegas is still better. Thank you.
High five. High five. High five.
Hey,
I can live with that statement because Lords of Vegas is better.
the entire point is people are allowed to like bad games. I'm not allowed to tell you.
Yeah, you're allowed to like Foundations of Rome.
Yeah, whatever. I genuinely don't understand it. It's literally like a Ticket to Ride to me, where it's just a dumb child game that needs to die
Well,
out.
and Foundations of Rome is an overproduced New York 1901 or whatever it is.
Oh, it very much is. Wow. I sold that game after one play for like $11.
1901, you're saying?
Yes.
It's the buildings. That's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
It is. The
There's
theme
3D
of-
buildings, same game.
No, it's Roman theme. You have to do the Roman theme.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, just to wrap it all up, and actually get into why you're probably here for the Gen Con preview. Also been
takes.
playing a ton of Slay the Spire, which is a fantastic game. Been playing Ascension online, Magic the Gathering online, and also Kevin. I saw you at a Weird Al concert. In case you're watching, thanks for your very kind words, and have fun.
Have fun.
All right,
Time to
let's
get
go.
in.
Gen Con.
Gen Con.
Hey, welcome everyone who completely skipped all the stuff you didn't care about because the title of the video is Gen Con preview list or whatever.
Yeah.
Welcome back. So, we're going to go through in alphabetical order via publisher because that's how the website is defaulted, like I said earlier, so that you guys can follow along if you want and see what we talk about, see what we skip, get more information on the stuff we talk about. But first of all, I'm assuming no one talked about the independent game at the top, so the first company is probably 25th Century Games. Is that correct for everyone? Tim
Yeah.
doesn't know what a volume button is?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. go
So
for it.
25th Century Games, I only have one. I don't know what you guys want to talk about, but 25th Century Games, first of all, is booth 1457,
Oh, you got
and they
booth numbers.
are, well, people watching will care about that. So they are demoing Ra, the new version of Ra.
Yeah.
So if you want to see, Ra is a fantastic game, but if you actually want to see its artwork all set up and everything, you'll be able to, you'll be able to play it, but also you'll just be able to see what it looks like. A lot
Ian
of people
O'Toole
want to see
artwork.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ra is a fantastic push your luck game, way better than Quacks, for instance. And so you should check it out if you're there.
Different. It's different.
Ra is a really good game. I
Of course,
feel
it's
like
different. It's a different game.
is this version overproduced? Potentially because of the price point they chose for this game. I think is a bit high for what the game actually is. But it's still an awesome game. Go look at it.
I would
Play
say
it. They're
perhaps
demoing it.
except my only argument for that would be that 99% of people that own Ra upgrade it and spend a bunch more money on it anyway.
Fair.
So they're just like, what's the point?
It's kind of like a Quacks.
let's
or
just
things
give
like
them
that.
upgraded.
All right, I get that.
Or it's not like Terraforming Mars where you must upgrade it because
Right.
otherwise your game will disintegrate after you play it 3 times.
Yes.
But yeah.
Like I wanted to back it, but I'm like, ugh, that price point. I'll play someone else's.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I backed it because I love Ra. I could have spent Bob spent at least that much money building
Exactly.
his copy off of the secondary
And that's what I'm
market
saying.
and
Most
upgraded
people do.
components.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know? So
And also, it's been criminally out of print for
It has been,
ages,
yes.
right? So
they're kind of charging you to bring it back.
Yeah.
well, I
And
mean,
Knizia, I mean,
licenses cost money.
Of
I get
course.
it.
the Knizia.
And it's also more expensive now than ever to
Right.
produce and ship board games. I mean, that's
Fair.
also the reality of the situation. I do want to look at Cryptid Cafe. I saw a bunch of people playing this at Origins. I think Jason and Katie really like it over at the Board Game Mechanics.
My problem with it, I literally know nothing about it. My problem with it that makes me not interested at all is that I saw the word cryptid and I was like, oh my goodness, cryptid's a great game. What is this?
Oh,
and then everyone's
no.
like, oh, it has nothing to do with cryptid.
No,
It's just the name and the same people. And I was like, oh, out.
sure,
know.
sure. You play my copy. Also, while you're at that booth, I strongly recommend if you like party games, Green Team wins.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
We
Green
reviewed
Team
it.
wins is there.
That's fun.
They will have a promo card pack there if you buy, or at least they did at Origins. I'm going
Right.
to assume they're going to do that at Gen
Right.
Con as well. So Green Team wins. Really good, fun party game.
There's a new one, Longboard. It's a Knizia game.
People have been talking about that for a long time.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know much
says-
about it.
It says
but
release date is in
Talking about it for a long
August,
time, but
so-
I've been really bored hearing about it.
hey, for a long, get it. Yeah, I got it.
Wow.
Just kidding. It sounds
Anyway,
How did I miss that one?
board.
You're building the biggest and best surfboards on the beach, dude.
Maybe that's why.
I think I skipped over.
maybe that's why.
I love Knizia games, but he makes so many. It's
Right.
hard
He
to
does,
keep up
yeah.
with. And it's like, oh, he's got a surfer game now?
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, people who have played the preview copies and stuff, they've been speaking really highly of it,
Yeah.
but it doesn't
Okay.
interest me.
Says
I'm
it's only
interested.
$20, so
That's pretty
I
good.
mean, maybe it's just a buy it and try it out game.
My next one jumps all the way to Academy Games.
Absolutely.
So if you guys
Same.
are good with that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so actually, I doubt any of you guys are bringing this up. Too bad Bob's not here. I saw that booth 2619, they are demoing a game called Western Twilight. This interests me a lot because it has the word Twilight in it, and I like that word. But also, so this is a World War I game where you play out World War I. It says, in Western Twilight, you'll perform actions using your personal rondel and will have the opportunity to upgrade your rondel and enhance with enhanced and new abilities for a unique engine building experience. So it's an engine building personal rondel game. That all sounds good to me. I like on the cover it has all these world leaders. We got Kaiser Wilhelm and Nicholas Romanov, and we got all these people. It's just I like. There's not enough World War I stuff. You know, when you look at all the World War II games, and then you look at all the World War I games, there's a substantial difference.
Yes.
And seeing more World War I games, I always like that. And again, I think Bob would be really interested in this, and that's part of why I mentioned it. But also, I think it looks cool. But after that, I'm jumping to Adam's Apple. So what do you guys got?
Well, in Academy games, I know Spencer was also going to mention that Stellaris is
yes.
going to be available.
That one I'm very interested in. They're demoing, I believe.
Yeah, because when that Kickstarter came out, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a Stellaris board game? That's so cool. And they're like, oh, it's $189. Oh, and they have like no gameplay videos. And then they came out with one halfway through the campaign that wasn't that good of a video. It was another one I was snoozing on. Like it was a very boring video, hard to follow.
Well, they're doing
And it's
2-hour demo slots.
2-hour
so-
demo slots. It would be neat to actually
Yeah.
see this game be played. Like the idea of it sounds awesome, and it's a great IP. So definitely want to see that played for sure.
Another one I have is Reality Shift. So this is a racing game. You're a little motorcycle on these cubes, and all the cubes are magnetic. And so you're moving the cubes as you're racing in 3D and trying to beat your opponent. Looks fascinating.
Okay.
So
I like magnets.
Cool.
Yeah, hacking
it's
the
a
track
spatial. It's a
as
spatial thing.
you.
Hacking the track.
Yeah, I mean that's what you do.
I think it's pretty obvious that we're all wanting to. Well, not all of us. Somebody needs to go to the Academy Games booth and buy Planet Unknown.
No, it's not in the Academy
Adam's
games.
Apple.
Adam's Apple.
Yeah, we've moved on.
Sorry, I said the wrong thing and meant. Yeah, there you go. Adam's Apple.
Yeah, so,
Planet Unknown.
Adam's
awesome
Apple
game.
Adam's Apple's 1930, and yeah, you can get it there for $80 evidently, and
Well,
literally.
that's the standard edition, I think.
Sure, it's the only price they've listed.
We have a review. Go watch it. Great game.
But not only do we have a review, but there's like literally 4 people in our group that want to buy it. So we got to figure out how this is
We
happening.
got to figure out who's going to take the plunge.
Yeah,
Not it.
we already have 1 copy in the group, but we want more because it's
Bob.
that good.
Bob will
Yeah,
do
leave it up to Bob.
Bob will do it. Bob will do it.
There you go. That's Adam's Apple.
That's
Yep,
Adam's
Adam's
Apple.
Apple. I'm jumping to Arcane Wonders after that.
Yeah, I mean, oh wait, there was one other
Ooh.
one. I think it's an Alley Cat Games, or is it? I think that Dice theme park looks cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
wanna,
same people that make Dice Hospital.
Yeah,
and stuff, right? Okay.
I passed on Dice Hospital like first time around, like I don't know. But then like I keep hearing really good things about it, so I kind of want to look at Dice Hospital
I think it
too.
looks great.
But now like Dice Theme Park sounds really cool too. You know, like same people, different thing. Like,
Sure, Hospital's way more interesting to me, but
I don't care. I'm in on both.
Sure.
I guess really interested on both. But yeah. Anyways, that was the last thing for Alley Cat Games.
If we could backtrack just slightly at the AEG booth, Ready Set Bet is going to have. Looks like they're selling it. No, they don't have a price. Maybe they're demoing it. I don't know. It doesn't say. It's right there. But as a very adamant fan of Cubitos, a John D. Clare game, which is a racing game, I'm very interested in a game that has betting and racing by John D. Clare.
yeah, people
So
are talking this one up.
I would love to see Ready Set Bet and or buy it.
Okay.
Right on. Right on. Right on. Right on. All
Arcane
right.
Wonders.
I will say
Alley
before
Cat?
we get to Amigo.
Before you leave Alley Cat, I'm sorry, Autobahn.
Autobahn.
Almost backed in on Kickstarter. This is kind of like a route building, sort of hand management, economic game. Sounds pretty awesome. Nearly backed it. They're going to be demoing that one.
I assume someone was going to talk about that.
I will also say for Amigo games, the Don't Llama Dice
Oh yeah.
is if you like the card game Llama, this is like a dice version, which is actually really interesting. And I get to play this game all the time with my 10-year-old and my wife, and they love it. It's not anything super heavy. There is strategy to it. There's a little bit of luck. But anyways, great, really cheap family weight game. Played the crap out of it. I just got it at Origins, and I probably played it as many times as Mike has played Cubitos.
Right. That's because we won't play it with him.
Saboteur, an older kind of social deduction,
been
hidden
around for a
role
long time.
game. There's a new version of it coming
The
out.
Dark Cave.
It's only $15. Just buy it.
Yeah, it's like you lay down tiles, but someone's trying to like make sure you don't get to the exit or
Yes,
something. Basically,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean there's a Saboteur.
Exactly. Spencer, you're catching on.
Oh wow!
I played
Spencer,
this
thanks
game-
for joining the conversation.
I played this game one time at Thanksgiving and bluffed my mom out of her shoes. It's
Oh no!
like one of my greatest
That's
gaming
impressive.
experiences.
That's like defying physics.
It was amazing. Yes. So
Arcane Wonders now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Arcane Wonders has the big one, Foundations of Rome.
Yeah.
yes.
Great game.
Meh.
It's really good. Just
Meh.
because Tim sucks at it doesn't mean it's bad.
I did okay last time I played.
They've announced an
Define okay.
expansion, Roads of Fortune.
Third.
Now, I have no idea if it's going to be there because it's not on the
No,
list.
there's no way it's going to be there because it goes to Kickstarter on August 2nd.
But
so,
just so you know, there's going to be an expansion.
yeah.
For
maybe
who?
they'll demo
Foundations of Rome is
Foundations
having
of
a
Rome.
second printing on
Oh, of
Kickstarter
course.
with an
And
expansion.
it's going to fit in the main box.
Well, the box is big enough, I would
Ah,
hope so.
Oh, so it must just be cards then.
Yeah, well, and stuff that fits in your player board
Oh,
probably,
sure,
right?
sure.
That would make
Okay.
sense.
Also, they're going to have Picture Perfect, the Sherlock expansion.
Yeah, if
Right.
Bob was
And you
here,
should
he would
just-
definitely mention that.
If you're going to Gen Con, just walk by because it's life-size Picture Perfect.
Yeah, you can like take your picture as you're
Yeah,
trying to
I
blend
think there's
in.
going to be a Bonacore standout.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I'm jumping to Avalon Hill after that.
Yeah, I've got BA games after this. I will
I
say
don't-
also, if you're interested in mobile markets, the
Oh, yeah.
smartphone's ugly cousin.
Yeah,
It's gonna
we
be
just
there.
didn't mention it because we've already played and reviewed it, so I'm not going there for it. But yes, if you haven't played it, it will be there.
in alphabetical order, they don't have Asmodee as like a listed publisher.
Because
Right.
they own everything.
It's broken into
Because they
Yeah.
branch into all their
so
subsidies.
I don't know
or
where
whatever
you
it's
want to
called.
put the Asmodee stuff.
I have them under their mini one for me personally.
'Kay.
Like Galacta is one of them or something, right? And,
Galacta,
yeah, I have
yeah.
them all separate.
There's
'Kay.
also quick backtrack on Ares Games. There's a War of the Ring board game. They're now releasing the card game.
The card game
It's going to be
version.
demoed there. It releases in the fourth quarter.
In case you guys watching know your alphabet, we don't.
You guys just go on ahead.
There's a reason I say the next one for me is Avalon. Then I'm given time.
game.
Avalon
I mean-
Hill just says Hall E, which is really funny. It
Yeah.
doesn't have a booth number.
It's probably just
Um,
because they're demoing only.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm personally excited. I mentioned when this was first announced on our weekly news show, but Risk Shadow Forces
Oh, yeah.
is
Yes.
interesting to me just because. So it's a legacy game. It's a spiritual successor to Risk Legacy. That's all cool. I think Risk Legacy is really good. A lot of people haven't played it, but this is the one that I said is interesting because it's like Risk, right? There's the world map, but then you send your people on covert missions that then becomes a skirmish game on a sideboard where you guys have miniatures and you're playing a skirmish game in the middle of the Risk games, and I just find that really interesting.
Yeah.
So. Also the designer of this designed many versions of Risk and also designed a lot of HeroScape stuff.
Yeah.
So he's got the chops, you know.
Yeah.
But the description is in the year 2050, warlords have emerged to not only lead various factions, but to also go on covert missions. Each of these covert missions is a squad-level skirmish game that will have a direct effect on the world map in certain undetermined secret locations. And I just think it looks really cool.
And right now, it's like available on the Hasbro Pulse.
yeah, it's
Which
Hasbro
is
Pulse.
what they used to launch like their Hero Quest
Yep.
reboot and things like that. So,
Which they're having the Frozen Horror is going to be there.
yep.
And also the third edition of Betrayal at House on the
Yeah,
Hill.
I thought you were going to talk about that. I
No,
like Betrayal.
I
at
haven't
House on the
heard
Hill.
good things.
Oh,
Like-
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
now,
I-
are these the same people that just crap on Betrayal anyways?
kind of, excuse me, but it's kind of like the game seems more like balanced now, but like
Oh, so maybe the
but like
story's
the
bad thing.
components aren't as good,
Oh,
or the
sure.
opposite.
Oh,
It's
I
something
see.
like that. Like it's not. It's like a lateral move.
Got it.
And so
Okay,
I just
okay.
don't think it's worth the money to me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm also jumping to BA next.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
BA's next.
BA. Gotta
good,
talk
Mike?
about BA games.
Okay.
You good?
So BA games, Tim, you can take it away.
Woo! Cult of the Deep.
Yes.
Actually, this will be a very good opportunity for you to get Cult of the Deep because they have been selling out. Like the stores that are getting their copies, they're having to get additional print runs because the game is selling.
That's
It is
what I
a
wanna see.
game. It is a game we were excited about before we knew the guys at BA Games, and then we got
Yep.
lucky enough
They're
to
awesome guys.
to get to know the guys. Full disclosure, we really like them. We're crazy about them. And you're gonna get a chance to see their new game that'll be coming to Kickstarter early next year, the Forges of Ravenshire.
Yeah, they're actually gonna be demoing it. Again.
Yeah, they
So,
will be demoing it.
I didn't get to demo it at Origin. So
I-
I am so
Well,
gonna
we only
demo
were
it.
able to play like one round, so I'm looking forward to actually demoing it.
You poor
Yeah.
souls. I got to play the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. Over like 4 hours or something.
Yeah,
right?
well, we were all kind of BSing and having a good time. But yeah, I was lucky enough to be invited by Sam, the designer, Stockton, to play the game with a couple of other industry people, and we had a great time. It's a really neat game, a really interesting
it's
engine builder.
It's a dice placement, worker placement engine builder.
Yeah, but your engine, like, it cooks from the beginning. Like, it is really set up that it's not like a regular engine builder where sometimes it takes 2 or 3 turns to like really get things
I would say the
moving.
first turn's going to be pretty slow, and then it instantly takes off after that.
Yep.
Because the first turn is basically setting up your engine, and then your engine's going.
But your engine fires off like so fast after that. It really gets going. So, but Cult of the Deep, it's an amazing, super fun social deduction game. We compare it to Bang the Dice game, but it's like Bang the Dice game, but you want more depth.
Yeah, for sure.
And a little more.
It has similar mechanics, but at the end of the day, you're gonna feel different from them. Like I own both. Technically, my brother has Cult, but I own both, and I'm totally okay with owning both. They're different enough.
Same. They give you different things. For a lighter experience, I would go with Bang. For that heavier, more
and
like
for like chaotic Western.
Yeah.
Right? Some people just really want that chaotic.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
It's also a lot faster to play than.
oh yeah, that's
than
true.
Cult of the
But
Because of the depth.
I'm just gonna don't sleep on Forges of Ravenshire. There was
agree.
a lot of like really big industry people like looking really hard at
Yeah.
that game at Origins, and that's gonna be a hot one. That's gonna be a really hot game.
And then really quick, BA Games. So Cult of Deep is currently listed for $45. Obviously, these are only listed at this time. They can change it whenever they want. But they were listed for $45. And BA Games is booth 267 if you want to check
Thank
that
you.
out.
Good job. And tell them the Board Game Rundown sent you.
That's true. Do it.
Tell them the Board Game Rubdown sent you.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
They'll love you for it. Also, hey, don't be shy. Ask them to sign the playmat. I got to remember to take my my Cult of the Deep playmat.
I got mine signed. It was awesome. He was so humble about it. He was just like, "This is so weird for me." Like he's like, "I've never done anything like this in my life."
It was great.
I'm jumping to Board and Dice next.
Okay, I've got Bezier.
I would like to go to Bezier because even though these guys did not enjoy the Cat in the Box, and you can find that out in the review.
I forgot that's Bezier.
I loved the Cat in the Box. I think this is an awesome take on trick taking. It is more than just taking tricks. Fantastic game. They're selling 35 or 40 copies a day, much like they did at Origin.
Yeah, they limited
so everybody gets to get in line and fight over it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can fight me because I want this game.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Mike. I kind of want it too. Because I want to play it more, and I also
without Bob. I'm just kidding.
Well, I think I've got family members that will really like this game. So maybe I'll like it more after playing it a little bit more. But I also do think that it's a game I can get played.
Sure.
And if it's a game that if I can bring to game night and everybody's gonna play it, I don't care, right?
Sure.
Because this will be a game that'll get everybody going, and then we can play something else right after.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, and I mean, I should preface, I hated it, but I hate almost every trick-taking game. I hate the mechanic.
True.
So you don't listen to me.
You don't even have to take tricks to win. So
yeah, it's so weird. Anyway, so yeah, Cat in the Box was the one I wanted to talk about as
I'm super
well.
hyped for that. I've got to walk away with a copy.
Yeah, I
Spencer?
might.
I am.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I'm jumping to Board and Dice then. You guys good?
I didn't write down where my Terracotta Army is.
That's Board and Dice.
Okay, yep. I'm good.
Sorry, I was too busy fighting people.
So Board and
copies of
Dice
Cat in
is
the Box.
booth 2535, and they currently have listed for $70 that Terracotta Army is going to be there. I still actually know almost nothing about this game. It's just that everyone says that I'll probably like it because it's an Adam Kwapinski game and the mechanics in it, which I also don't remember. What?
I mean, Origins First Builders.
I know,
is not
which
great.
is funny. I couldn't tell if he was making fun of me or if he couldn't remember because in the Discord, Jason was like, Dan loved Origins. And I was like,
Oh, no, he was being.
okay. I was like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I
No.
didn't hate it, but I was just like,
No, but
I'm confused.
You had some wild hair by the end of that because there was a lot of like this going on.
Yeah,
while
I was
we're-
just like, what do I do? I couldn't wrap my mind around the mechanics and like how to build the engine and stuff in that game. So I want to play it again. I like the idea of the game, and I do tend to like Adam Kwapinski games, but Origins was definitely not an insta hit for me like his other ones were.
Right.
So we'll see. Terracotta Army. I don't know. It's got a lot of hype.
They're apparently building on their T games because they are putting
yeah.
out an expansion for founders of Teotihuacan,
Yeah.
the one I can pronounce.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
They're also
there's
putting out
someone
an
out there saying that you
expansion
can't.
for. Hold on, let me find it. Tawantinsiyu.
Perfect.
Yep, nailed it.
Expansion
I
for
actually
that as well.
made that word up, and
I
that's how you
want
say it.
to play both games. I haven't, but they're building on their T
I haven't played
collection.
any of
apparently.
their T games.
Me either.
They need to-
Teotihuacan is the one that most interests me.
They need to make a game that's like
never
about
played
making
Tzolk'in?
tea.
Oh yeah, I have.
So that then
I
they
didn't
have
think
like
that
an
counted.
actual tea
It's a
game.
T game.
Well, from the same publisher, Board and Dice. No,
Uh,
that's by the Italian combo.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
yes,
it
those
is,
guys.
It is.
Mhm.
I thought Teotihuacan. I thought they made that, and also, oops.
Wow,
well.
Tim.
Yep. Who cares?
I'm jumping all the way to Direwolf next.
Oh, I got breaking games.
I got breaking games.
There's
Go on.
Burnt Island games.
Yeah.
Go over the breaking games.
We got some bees.
Dwellings of Eldervale. It's 2020. It's like really highly rated game.
Yep.
It's worker placement. Was it deck building? Was it no engine building? The different
I
worker
just
units
wanna-
do different
I want
things.
mistakes.
Well,
keep
and,
going.
And Andrew's the big push for this one, right?
Nope.
Is not Andrew? Oh, it's you.
Oh, you own it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I was
I
like,
wanted to play it.
I was like, Spencer, keep
yeah.
stumbling through this
So,
description.
they
As Mike is over there
already-
like,
No, I haven't had a chance to
Well,
play it.
they already sold through their second print run on
Yeah.
their, on their
Oh.
website.
Yeah.
Gee
So
whiz.
at Gen Con, it's only pre-orders
Pre-order
for
the
their
third, and they
print
even
run.
say we don't know when the
Wow.
third print run's happening.
Yes,
but you can
it's-
pre-order for
It's
it.
already up to like 220 or something on Board Game Geek, which
Yeah,
is
no,
moved.
people love it, and,
It's
and
moving.
it's not like I'm not looking forward to it because I think it's bad. I know nothing about it. I just don't have my eye on it. When I get to play it, that'll be cool. You know, that's
yeah, it's
good.
pretty. Oh, you weren't there when we played it.
no, I haven't played it.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
looked-
we had a good time
looked
playing
great.
it.
Really
That
wanna
was like
play it.
me, Bob, Pat, and Julia. You, right? A 5-player game. It was good. It was good. Also from Breaking Games, there's asking for Trobles, but there's a bunch of expansions for it. This is a game I've always been curious about.
I didn't want to talk about that one, okay? Because that's the one that I kickstarted, and then I had to cancel it because I didn't have the funding when it
Oh
came up.
no!
It's a very depressing topic for me.
So let's talk about it for 20 more
Yeah,
minutes.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think the artwork is fantastic. This is a game that is super appealing to me.
Yeah, no, I think it looks awesome, and I love their expansion method where all their so you play as different aliens, asymmetric aliens, right? And you each have your own ship shape. So all my workers are one ship, all Spencer's workers are one ship, and all of the expansions are famous things like you're clearly the Millennium Falcon,
Right,
you're
right.
clearly the Enterprise, you're clearly the Razor Crest. You know, like you're clearly the DeLorean. You know, they're
Right.
all like famous sci-fi things, and it is awesome. I love it, man. And like the whole game, I mean, asking for troubles, right? The whole game is puns and stuff. All
Oh,
your
yeah,
cards
yeah.
look like famous things. I mean, it's kind of like the Clank route, right?
Right.
Where it's all clearly referential. You know?
Right. Yeah. It looks cool. It's
Yeah.
something I was interested in. So I'm gonna put eyes on that.
I got to backtrack
uh-oh.
slightly to BoardGameTables.com. They will be selling Bear Raid, which is a game I backed and haven't played yet, but looks
Oh.
like a really cool kind of entry-level, straightforward stock market game.
Ugh.
I also want to pick up Ghosts of Christmas. This is a very unique trick-taking game that I probably just want to
Damn.
buy.
Why do I know
I'm
you?
actually going to make Dan stand in line for me to pick it up. So
Excuse me, sir.
count the number of times he twitches.
Yeah, I walk up to them and I'm like, excuse me, I'm here to pick up that one bad game that you guys sell.
BoardGameTables.com, great company.
Yeah, no, great company. Just, I'm just kidding.
What did you have from Board
Their
and
games are
Dice?
good.
Or,
Their bags are good.
What did you have? One? Did we? Oh, it was Dwellings of Eldervale.
Yeah.
Okay. Burn Island Games. Fall of the Mountain King. This is a game designed by somebody that I know personally and like very much.
Yes,
that
that was on my list.
Adam Dalton. So it is the Fall of the Mountain King. So it is a sequel.
It's a prequel.
prequel.
Yeah.
So, anyways, looks pretty neat. Adam's a super nice guy. I enjoy playing
That song's
Cthulhu
definitely
Wars
public domain.
with him.
Looks like it's for demo.
I really like
Yeah,
the,
demo only for
the
now.
way you do the worker placement with the little puzzle thing. It looked really interesting. I really want to try it.
Yeah, so that would be booth 2008.
Good job.
You're so 2000 and late.
Hey, yo.
I wanted to go back one. It's not one that I've seen before, but I was looking at this and I saw the art and I read the description. I was like, I'm kind of interested. From Brue Games. It's called Night Parade of 100 Yokai. It's about taking over Japan as basically monsters.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You're making yokai a night parade.
Sounds like a fun weekend.
The thing is, they've got like 3 expansions out or 2 expansions already, and this game came out like last year. So they've obviously been planning this. I'm curious. Just want to try it.
What was your next booth?
Dire.
Dyer.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
jumping all the way to Dire.
Capstone.
skipping Capstone. I mean, obviously you can pick up Arc Nova there.
Well, but there's a game that I just heard about from the Rado video that we watched with like his anticipated ones, and it was Catherine, the cities of Sarina, maybe is how you pronounce that. And it's like you're playing cards, but you're playing a card. You're like playing one card under another card, and then so you're like making an engine, right, by playing cards in a row. But like you play 2 cards, you play one to add to your line, right, for your engine, and you play one underneath one of the other ones that will trigger it to do more effective things.
Okay.
Just sounds like a really fascinating.
So the second card is like a fuel for the card to
yeah,
activate.
but you've got to decide which ones you're going to put where. It sounds
I've seen
very
that
brain
kind of
burning
stuff
and,
before.
and
I like it.
interesting.
Cool.
So super excited about that.
Arc Nova, I still haven't played yet, so I have no reason
me
to.
neither.
It's really good.
Look
It's not
forward to it
a.
there.
We joke like Jason likes to joke about like, oh, I've got to burn my whole collection because I played the greatest game ever made.
Oh, right.
Like I played Arc Nova. I mean, it's fine. Like he thinks
he
it's fun.
actually likes it that much?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's like because everybody hypes it
Oh,
so
okay.
much. He's like, well, I got to just burn my whole collection now
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I played
In fact,
apparently
I think
the.
that's the
can
only
never
game
get
we're
better.
going to talk about for the rest of the segment.
Exactly. Actually, in all fairness, most of his collection should be burned.
I'm going to defend
Add a-
Jason's
add a
collection
little
when we
color.
get further down this list.
Add a little
So
color to
I
those
got
games
you,
with
Jason.
fire.
I got you.
Capstone is booth 459. There's one other thing. We played Rift Force.
Yes. So
I
we'll say Rift
I
Force.
didn't. I
For the
watched
show?
you
Oh,
guys
okay.
play it.
Anyways, Rift Force was a really neat little card game, and looks like there's an expansion for it coming out. So I'm going to swing by there
Yeah.
and definitely put eyes
I'll
on
probably just walk by and look longingly at the Terra Mystica
I
big
was going to
box.
say the Terra Mystica big box and
Just
the
longingly.
solo, the Automa.
Because
box
I have one of the expansions, not the second one.
I just wonder, is Terra Mystica still like outselling Gaia Project? Because to bring out a Terra Mystica big box, that just seems
It makes
risky
you wonder.
to me.
And it's like I like Terra Mystica enough. I don't think I need to switch
Yeah.
to Gaia, and I don't want to have both.
Right.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
I don't
like
want to
I
sell
just-
it and switch to Gaia.
I just obviously like the look and theme of Gaia more. But I can see that if you already have Terra,
Yeah.
they're the same game.
it cleans up some
So,
things, and the
sure.
tracks are more useful.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Anyway,
that. I
yeah.
played both, but I don't remember that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
All right.
awesome game, regardless. They both are.
Simon. I'm going to
I
talk
didn't
about.
really see.
I had nothing.
I'm going to talk about 2 that or not be the 2
Oh,
people
well-
think I'm going to talk about. I
Yeah.
guess because everybody knows Zombicide. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, they've got this new line of games coming out that I feel like is their response to the Sorcerer's
Disney.
Arena and also to Unmatched, and it's
Oh yeah.
Mayhem. And so there's Looney Tunes Mayhem, which is I love Looney Tunes cartoons. Like grew up on them, and it looks like you are fighting to gain points. Blah blah blah. So like a tactical skirmish game, and they're also got a Teen Titans Go
So
version
any episode of Looney Tunes.
of it. Yeah, exactly. Or any episode of Teen Titans Go.
It's very important, guys, for the little miniatures that you guys have, that the Daffy Duck one, his bill needs to be able
yeah,
to
has to-
rotate.
Yeah, you gotta be able to move it.
Yeah, so that every time you hit him, it goes.
Yeah, agreed.
Very important.
Tim, I'd like to ask the next time you want to talk about Looney Tunes, would you warn a brother?
Oh, boo.
Wow. I hate life.
Still, before we get to
Yeah, you're good.
Direwolf, I want to talk about Czech Games real quick. They do. Cryptozoic first.
Oh, yeah,
DC Deck
Cryptozoic.
Builder, all the good
Yes.
DC Deck Builder stuff you could want there. They are giving away. I don't know if they're giving away. They're selling promos. They're selling playmats, and there's a Zatanna promo card. I think is $5, and the playmat might be $25. Also, Epic Spell Wars. There's another Annihilageddon. I need to get one of the. I don't have either Annihilageddon, but
Yeah.
I really like Epic Spell Wars. It's a adult, very adult, but really fun. Really fun. Just kind of
Yeah, I don't even. It's a
take that.
battling card game.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know what
building.
you call
You're
it.
building spells. You're building.
Yeah.
You're building spells. Everybody's got a hand of cards, and
Yeah,
and
the
so.
artwork all like lines up.
Oh yeah.
and
And if you can get the elements to trigger like and make them like stronger, and they do different things, and it's a. You have to have a thick skin and not be offended easily.
Yeah,
but
sure.
other than that, it's really good.
Before we get down to Czech, CMYK. I have no idea what that stands for.
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
it's the printers: cyan, magenta, yellow, black.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason,
correct.
black is K. It just
It's
is.
because the
Either
brown
way,
and
it's
blue.
at booth
Yeah.
815, which is Asmodee's booth, but this is Quacks & Co., and this is the kind of reinterpreted, lighter version of Quacks. Known Quacks lover here. I'd love to see a demo of this.
There's a game that I know nothing about, but I'm fascinated by
It's getting a lot of hype. Yeah.
the theme of it. It's a Czech Games demo only. So it's being demoed in rooms 235 to 239. Deal with the devil. So 4 players, 3 hidden roles, 2 opposing paths, 1 mighty ruler. There is also a Galaxy Trucker expansion coming out. I really like Galaxy Trucker. Tons of fun.
Deal with the Devil. Matsas Katri is the designer. He designed Alchemist. That's my favorite deduction game of all time. So I just saw that and deduction and city building.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah, sounds really neat.
You haven't played Planet X yet, right?
No.
I need to get you to play that.
I'm still on another C. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
Go for it.
It's in the Asmodee booth, 815 again. It's Cranio Creations, and this is that Italian combo I talked about earlier, and this is Anunnaki.
Yeah, I was looking at this one
They're
too.
demoing this, and this is a Euro 4X game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see gameplay of this.
Me too, for sure.
It's not going to release until like next year, so it would be cool to see it played on the table. I didn't back it because of the price point. Quite honestly, to just like chuck that much money at a game, I'm reluctant to do a lot of times. Admittedly, it was like
But it'd be great to play it.
I want to say it was 100. I think the regular pledge was 100, and it was 180 with all the expansions. Like, but I'd love to play a Euro 4X by that team. So
I will now go over to the Dead Alive games booth. That is booth number 2953. Dan and I at Origins got to sit through and really see how Lunar Rush is
We
played.
technically played the next one for a little bit too. But,
Yeah, a little bit. And
are
Lunar
both
Rush
ones
looks
I'm
really
interested
neat. It's this crazy mechanic of like you're sending people to the moon to get resources, and you've got to send them back. But
Yeah,
there's different
it's-
tracks you're bidding on to get you up to the moon faster.
Yeah, it's like a worker placement game, but there are spots in the main board where you put your workers and they are stuck for a few turns. So like you put them on this ship, and this ship takes 3 turns to travel from Earth to the moon, and then you need to get your resources to the moon, or sometimes you need to get resources from the moon back to Earth so that you can build stuff. Right? It's like an engine builder. And the interesting thing though is the game's only like 6 rounds or something. So putting your guy on a ship that takes 3 rounds just to travel to the moon is you saying, I'm losing these resources and those workers for half the game.
It kind of makes
And
me
it's just
feel
really interesting.
a different, like that mechanic makes me think of the barrage mechanic where you load your wheel.
Right.
And you got to
yeah.
do things.
Well,
to
I was
turn
thinking
your
about that
wheel.
earlier with the World War I rondelle. It said you have personal rondelles that you upgrade and stuff
Oh,
too.
right,
It
right,
made
right.
me think of that. But anyway,
But yeah, Lunar Rush is getting a lot of buzz, and I think it's worth it. So definitely take a look at Lunar Rush. Also, while you're there, look at Omicron Protocol. If you like tactical skirmish
this one
games.
was weird. Like,
It's so
they let us
weird.
demo it with like the giant miniatures that we
Yeah.
had or whatever. That was a weird
I played the
experience. Yeah.
But anyways, you build a squad and you're going against somebody else, and there's also these like zombie things, right? But the zombies aren't they're not really run by an AI, they're run by each player on their team. Like so on my turn, I'm going to do stuff that will affect the zombies and send them towards Dan, and on Dan's turn, he's going to do things that affect the zombies and send them towards me. And there's also like sort of like that noise marker aspect, like in Zombicide. So if you make noise in a certain area, right, they're going to go over and do certain things. But that's kind of I thought it was really interesting how you can manipulate them and send them in different, off in different directions. So Omicron Protocol, Dan and I got to check it out. The minis are super neat, looking. And
I'm not a big skirmish guy, so I had fun with it. But I'm more looking forward to the Euro Lunar Rush. Right?
oh yeah,
That's just me.
yeah, totally.
if I may back up again, because apparently I don't know my alphabet.
We know.
I'm actually not that familiar with this publisher. This is Crowd Games or Crowdy Games, booth 2402B. They have a game called Enigma Beyond Code.
Oh.
I don't know anything other than
It came out 8 months ago.
hidden rolls, memory, bluffing, deduction. You just got me with that kind of mechanics involved. So
Well, and just the theme of the Enigma code is fascinating. So
yeah.
All Are we ready for Direwolf?
Yes.
Okay.
Dan, welcome back.
We got 2 big ones.
Ooh.
I'll
Welcome
just
back.
mention the first one because it's a personal one to me. I'm finally going to be able to get Rise of Ix. They're selling the expansion Rise of Ix there. I don't have it yet, so I'm excited for that. It's $40, it looks like. Well worth it, by the way. Booth 2545. Okay, now you guys can take away the thing that everyone's talking about.
Hey, well, they're going to be demoing Clank Catacombs. And the interesting thing is that this is the first game since the Direwolf Renegade split. The
first Clank, yeah.
Yeah, the first Clank
Yeah.
and all those expansions, that's Direwolf, but Clank, they teamed with Renegade to do Clank. And because Direwolf, I believe, did more like apps and video game stuff.
Well, their initial name was Direwolf Digital.
Yeah.
And now that they're doing so many board games, they're still called Direwolf Digital everywhere, but like it's clear that they're not just that anymore, you know?
Yeah, well, Clank is such an amazing game
Yeah.
anyways. So you're going to be able to see what the new Clank Catacombs looks like.
Looks very different than all the other versions of Clank.
Yeah, it's an actual tile-laying one this time and
Yeah.
everything. So you're growing the map Carcassonne style, I guess, or Betrayal House of the Hill style as you're going.
And
Interesting.
I am happy to play
Well,
any
it's
version
just
of Clank
it's
you
super
put down in
thematic
front of me.
because this time you're actually exploring the cave. You know, like that's really cool.
I mean, I only got to play Clank once. It was Clank in Space, and I loved it.
I
really wanna
slightly
play
prefer
again.
that version, but it's just because the references. I mean, they're the same game.
I'll play whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I should see what my next one is because that's right. We're done with Direwolf. I'm DV Jokey next.
Yay!
Oh, well, we
DV
can't not mention
Games. We
them.
got to talk about DV Games, right?
Yep.
Right?
DV
Wait,
Jokey.
Do we know anybody that's going to be at that DV Games booth?
Well, let's see. Let's make a list. Well, it's not me.
No.
Not me.
It's not you.
No.
It's not you.
Oh, wait. Hey!
Oh.
No, he won't be there.
What
No.
booth is that, guys?
Oh, what booth is
2105.
Jinx.
No.
Owe me a shift.
I'll just
No,
be roaming around, and when they look bored, I'll show up and ask for a demo.
I'm not working there. It's just him.
Yeah, Dan
I
worked
was
at
the
it.
first one I said wasn't.
Even better.
High five. Anyways, DV Games, they're going to be doing a bang tournament on
Yep.
Saturday at Gen Con.
We just saw the trophy.
We will be, yeah, we did. Andrew and Bob and I will be demoing Wonder Book there, just at the booth. You walk through, we give you the quick elevator pitch
Yep,
for
and
it.
then you instantly buy it.
Yeah. Wonder Book's really great family game with the pop-up book and everything. They also have the Deckscape and Detective games, which are really good. No, Wonder Book's not here because Andrew had to borrow it.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I don't
That's right.
Play it. But Deckscape and Detective, and then basically all things Bang, whether it's
Well-
the card game, the dice game, tons of expansions.
Well, and not just that, but they got the 2 new ones there. That's the big
Yep.
one. So Deckscape and Wonderland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
The 2 new ones.
Detective.
And Detective, you can't cheat death. These are the new ones of each thing, and they're going to have those there for sale, $15 each. Again, that could change. That's the current price.
Yeah.
But these are amazing, guys. I like escape room games. I am not being paid by DV Games to say this.
no.
I like escape room games. Deckscape is really good. Detective is amazing.
love
Yeah,
I
Detective is even
love
better.
that
But I
Detective
actually,
doing
I think I
things.
like the Deckscape more than I like the Exit games. And
Oh,
I like
sure.
the Exit games.
Again, I'm a weakling. I like all of them.
I really love the fact that you don't tear everything up. You can just box it, give it to a friend.
Right.
Yep.
I just love Detective's spatial 3D stuff that it does.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not
That's
going to spoil
fantastic.
too much, but
It's
get
really-
a Detective if you want a very interesting spin on because it's not really an escape room. It gets sold as an escape room because
Right.
it's like those kind of
It's a
games.
mystery.
But really, it's a murder mystery. Yeah, or whatever the theme is, mystery, right? And you're using clues on the cards and
Yeah.
building 3D environments with the cards and stuff to help you solve the case. It's fascinating.
Yeah, they're good. They're all a ton of fun. Some are better than others, but I think some
course.
of it is just the appeal of the puzzles might. you
Yeah,
know.
grab the theme that interests you most and you'll like it.
Yep. All right. So that's DV. My next. I'm all the way down to Fantasy Flight
too.
after this. Okay.
Oh. I was going to mention that one.
I'm not
Okay.
interested in it.
Flying
We've already
through.
played it and reviewed it. They
don't
might
be-
be
don't be
interested.
Played it and
crazy.
reviewed it.
This
Yeah.
is also
right, but the
uh,
thing is, games we are interested in. so
So this is another one that'll be at the Asmodee booth. But Exploding Kittens has their most recent Kickstarter, Hand-to-Hand Wombat.
I mean, I like the title.
And I can't help. I want to
think you talked
see
about
this
Yeah,
played. I don't. They're not demoing it. It just says September release, and name of the game is there.
So it might be playable. It might be on sale, limited
just wanna
copies.
see this. It's
but
like
them not saying anything,
hidden
it means they're
trader
not sure.
Dexterity, and it's like, how are you taking? I don't know. I just need to see this game in action. Is really just what it comes down to.
I will say Elf Creek Games. Were you going to talk
That's
about
what he
that?
wanted to
Okay,
talk
yeah,
about, yeah.
Spencer, talk
Yeah.
about Elf Creek Games.
Merchants of the Dark Road.
Yeah.
Come on, we all like that game, and so
Well,
you should go
not
check
everybody.
it out. Okay, those of us who are correct like that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't
I'll see my
gonna.
way
It's
out.
not on my anticipated list because I have played it multiple
played it,
times
yeah.
and reviewed it.
Yeah,
So-
excellent game. If you get a chance, sit down and play it, or at least look at it in person before you decide to purchase it. They probably will
They-
have deluxe edition components and stuff like that
Yeah,
for sale.
and at Origins they had it like set up, and he would talk you to a turn and stuff. So I'm sure they're doing that at the even bigger convention of Gen Con. So while it doesn't say demo, they'll probably have it set up and just show you how it plays.
Before you guys get down to FFG, Fantasia Games, also
Yes.
again in the Asmodee booth.
Fantasia games.
Endless Winter, the
Paleo
highly
America.
anticipated kind of caveman themed deck building game. Looks awesome. Doesn't release until December.
I
so
backed
catch a
it,
demo.
but hey,
Nice.
I'll get to know how to play it.
There you
Yeah.
go. Excellent. I was hoping somebody would.
Yeah, I knew Bob would mention it if he was here, and he's not obviously. I'm glad you guys did. It looks interesting. I just have so many other things I want to be looking at. I should point out, now that we're halfway through the video, I should say something important. I am just at Gen Con for Board Game Rundown this time. So
too.
when I'm talking about me being interested in this stuff, my job this time is I'm literally going to be trying to demo as much of these as possible and get footage. Like, that's what I'm there to do. So the stuff on my list, hopefully, we'll have some videos on. Because
That's a lot of
what I do.
demos.
Yeah, I know, but I also have 5 days of only that to do. So,
A
or
lot
4 days
filming,
of
right?
only that
Yeah,
to do.
yeah. True. All right. Are we ready for Fantasy Flight?
Dan, the demo guy.
Cosmic Encounter, the Cosmic
Cosmic
Odyssey.
Odyssey.
So the
They're saying-
campaign expansion.
They're saying it's the largest expansion they've ever had for Cosmic Encounters.
What?
Cosmic Encounters have been around for what, 30, 40 years?
Well, not
I
just
know,
that,
there's
but
like-
every expansion comes with like 30 new
I
asymmetric
know.
characters.
So I'm like, I kind of want to see what they're talking about.
Right. Then they're
Oh,
also
it's
gonna.
a campaign.
yeah, it adds a campaign and obviously other
Yeah.
stuff, but the big thing is it adds a campaign.
Yeah, it could be
That's
Tim,
really
I'm gonna
weird.
need my copy back.
Yeah.
no take backs, bro.
Man, I haven't played that game.
Get this, let's
so
play it.
long.
Then there's going to be the Lord of the Rings card game, which if you are looking to get into that game, now's your chance, right? Get in on
This
the,
next one was so depressing to me.
what the Marvel Champions.
Because I was like, oh, they got the X-Men one. No, this isn't actually the X-Men one. This is just 2 characters, and I don't care at all about either character.
yeah, is it
Oh.
Shadowcat and Colossus?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Shadowcat.
That's fine. Star Wars Outer Rim.
Wolverine.
Already everybody can get this, but it will be there for unfinished business.
Yep. I might pick it up. I don't know if I'll have the money for that, but I have been wanting it.
Oh man, the next one.
This is the big boy.
Dan-
Dan is not excited for this at all.
Dan, let me just throw this to you because this is the one you're going to be most excited about. But full disclosure, if I was only going to talk about one game, this would have been it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Fantasy Flight booth 809, by the way, I don't know if we said that, but so this was announced a couple of months ago, I think, and now Twilight Inscription is going to be here. We have no idea in what capacity it's going to be there. They just said it's going to be there, so it might be demoable. It might just be the box to get people to pre-order it. It might be purchasable because it has a release date later this year, I think. So
September.
we don't know because obviously they don't know. But Twilight Inscription is a 4X giant roll and write.
It's a roll and write that takes an hour and a half to play.
Up to 8 players?
I am stoked. So not only is Twilight Imperium one of the best games ever made, but I don't like roll and writes. The only few that I like are the really deep ones. You know, like I want to actually be really like, I can't wait to try this out. I might hate it, but I want to try it, you
Yeah,
know, because that's
same.
what I like.
Because it weighs 15 pounds.
Yeah,
in a small
exactly. Because it
box.
was hard for me to lift off that shelf. That's why I want to play it. But so Twilight Inscription is in the universe of Twilight Imperium. It looks like each player has 4 player boards that they line up that creates their like asymmetry thing. Again, all we have is like teaser trailer stuff for this, right? Which is why they probably won't have it there. Like it'll probably just be pre-order stuff and everything.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, what else to say? Twilight Inscription, a roll and write in the Twilight Imperium universe. Sold.
Yeah, looks really cool. Looks really cool.
I'm jumping to Funko for a mention. so-
Naturally, I figured you guys were going to Fireside Games to play one of the 40 versions of Castle Panic.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay.
Floodgate.
Still
remember?
scrolling past them.
Number 439, Floodgate is going to have a new expansion for Sagrada.
Mm-hmm.
The Glory, the Great Facades, is the third expansion in this particular realm of expansions.
Does this one add fun? That's a classic joke. I stole it. I can't be.
No, I quite enjoy Sagrada.
It's fine.
Sagrada's a good game.
I find it. I don't like a lot of abstract games like that, and that one didn't do it for me. I will say, Role Player has a similar feeling for me, but better in every way. So, and we're giving that away for free in the description below. Okay.
Amazing game.
Like I said, I'm all the way at Funko. So.
We got to make a pit stop at Forbidden Games, booth 2238.
Thanks for perfectly filling in for Bob today, by the way.
No doubt.
For Tim's, one of Tim's favorite designers, Glenn Drover, whose recent game Mosaic is now available for demo.
Still not played Mosaic, but I've heard that isn't that the one that has some problems?
Mosaic, yes, but it's also with the new expansion that fixes the problem. So that's the thing. But yes, the base game, everyone takes their turns independently, and it was literally, I played a 4-player game at once, and it was 30 minutes before it got back to my turn. It was miserable. The expansion now makes turns simultaneous, and that is supposed to instantly get rid of the only big problem I had with the game. The game took way too long. Yes, could I have been playing with some AP people and stuff? Maybe slightly, but it doesn't add that much time. Like, the fact that I was waiting almost 30 minutes between turns is crazy. Like,
Shoot me.
Yeah. So anyway, here's hoping that the expansion does what it's supposed to do, because evidently it was a popular enough complaint that they made an expansion that fixes it. So,
Let's see it.
All right, let's visit the design house of Funko Games, Dan.
Funko Games, I just wanted to mention, I don't know if you guys are actually into it, but we covered it on the show. They are going to be demoing the Jurassic World Legacy game, the Legacy of I can never say
Isla
it.
Nublar?
Yeah, Isla Nublar.
Isla. I can never say that. I've seen the
Because
movie
in
8 million
English,
times.
We don't pronounce the
Right. And this was kind of confusing. So Funko Games is at 1811 / ICC 137. I don't know what that means. It sounds like a Star Wars designation. But yeah, they're going to be demoing the big Jurassic Park Legacy game. I'm interested in checking that out. I don't have super high hopes, but it's Jurassic Park. So
I think they make good games.
Funko,
they make okay games.
Here's
Yeah,
the
I
thing
don't
is,
hate
Funko's
any.
really hit or miss for me. And they do a thing that's really interesting. Is what they do is like let's just say we're all game designers. We wish. Funko goes, okay, Mike, Spencer,
Right.
Dan, I need all of you guys to give me your pitch for a Gremlins game.
Right, and I say, okay, well, I'm going to do like this asymmetric city protection game where you guys are working together, cooperative.
And you're going to be like, oh, I got
know?
this deck builder. And Spencer's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
go, no, I've got worker placement.
Yeah, and they
You
go,
know what I
okay,
mean?
I like you.
Yeah, then you get the job. We're going to make your version of that game.
Right.
And like, so that's, so it's really interesting how they create the games. I find the process fascinating. I don't know if I love it or hate it, but it's really interesting. I'm more interested in Rear Window.
I was going to say that too.
Because Rear Window is already out, but I really want to see it because what is happening is it is a cooperative or hidden trader game where one player plays the director and he is setting the scene and then trying to either get the players to guess the themes for each apartment, like, oh, this woman's brokenhearted and alone, or he's trying to hide the murder that happened. And so he is then trying to mislead you with certain clues.
I actually haven't heard anything about this one, so it probably would have been on my list if I
rated
looked at
pretty
it.
highly.
And I was very dismissive of this. Like, oh, here's another
Well, yeah,
slapped
I'll
on.
tell you that the name, like the theme of the movie and everything, right, and that art cover does nothing for me.
Right.
So that's why I didn't look more into it.
I
But
talked about this months ago.
But
Yeah, I
hearing
don't
about how
listen
the
to
game, hearing about how the game is played and everything like that, and some friends that I know that have played it, and hearing about it a little bit from them, it's like, oh, okay, this
Yeah,
actually
I'm very
sounds really
curious to know.
cool. And the nice thing is, like Funko, it's not like CMON where if you miss the Kickstarter, you don't get half of the game. Like you could just still go out and buy this game, and you have everything that's there
Right.
for it. So, anyways, really looking forward to that. So yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. I'm jumping to Galacta next all the way down. So
I've really enjoyed
I
the
like Gale Force
Prospero Hall
9,
games
sure.
that I've played.
I figured someone was going to talk about Gale Force.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say FunWiz real quick because they do. That's location 1909. Sports Dice. They've got a new Sports Dice soccer, but the Sports Dice football is super fun. Dan would hate
Played
it.
it once.
You and I played it.
Yeah.
You liked it, right?
Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, it's not like this is the best game. Like I'm going to
Sure.
burn down my whole collection. But for, you know, a $10, $15
close.
game, I know, right? For a $10, $15 game, really a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make you play first and roll with me while we're at Gen Con. It's super fun. And again, sports fan.
There you go.
A sports fan's got to stick together on the show. Notre Dame. Anyway, so please, Galactica,
Well, him first, Gale Force.
Galacta.
No, Galactic comes first.
Oh,
Know
you're
your
right.
alphabet, Dan.
You're right. Galacta is in 641. It is inside of Ares Games. So if you're 641 again, that's why. But they're showing off the Shadow Planet, the board game. And honestly, I've been hearing about this game for a long time, and it actually didn't interest me that much. Like, I had heard little things here and there. And then when I actually read the description of the game and stuff and who made it, I was like, oh my goodness, why did start with this when
Yeah.
you're making your pitch?
Yeah.
So it's $60, and it's described as a sci-fi game of alien horror designed by Giacomo and Gianluca, the authors responsible for Letters from Whitechapel, one of my favorite games.
Hate that
it
game.
perfectly blends the idea of
It's so
hidden
good.
identities with a completely revolutionary approach to deck building.
Deck,
What?
bag, and pool building. I love the
Deck
idea.
building, hidden identity, Letters from Whitechapel, sci-fi alien horror. Whoa.
That's a mouthful.
Just gonna get out of camera view.
Sounds.
It sounds very
really
cool.
good.
It does.
Sounds
When
really
they-
good.
when they say revolutionary, you're going to put your next card in the middle of your deck. somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the
What?
thing. is
I've never
Every
heard
time
of
a
that.
company says like revolutionary, yeah, kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. But still, I'm in, dude. Letters from Whitechapel's amazing.
Yeah, it's super
so.
good. Super good. All right.
Okay,
Gale
well,
Force
if
9?
I know my alphabet, I believe next is Gale Force 9.
You do
Yes,
know your
it is,
alphabet.
Finally.
Finally knows his alphabet.
Yes, so they have two that I was kind of interested in. Dune Arrakis, Dawn of the Fremen.
Yeah.
It's what I think interesting about this one is there's two ways to win the game. You're playing as the Fremen, and you can either win by conquering or by getting like a unanimous vote from the council.
Oh, to like
So-
leave you alone. What's the vote for?
I'm not certain, but that's what it says. It's not out yet, so I'm curious.
I'm curious. I've heard mixed things on. Grain of salt. This is just what I've heard. I have heard that this is a like Dune reskin of a different game that people kind of feel mixed on. So that instantly has me like, eh. Plus, I mean, that's all that's happening right now, right? We have Dune Betrayal, which is like the one you don't like, Resistance. It's like a Resistance in the Dune world, and
Oh,
we have,
sure.
you know, and they came up with Dune Conquest.
Re-implements Borderlands.
Right, and this is a Dune Conquest, which is literally there you go. Re-implements what?
Borderlands.
Borderlands. There you go. And then they have Dune Conquest, which is just a light, familiar version of Dune, the big boy asymmetric game. So like, I love the Dune theme. I like a lot of the Dune games, but they're clearly kind of taking this let's just
But
reskin everything.
Borderlands
Dune
is
right
from
now,
1982.
which is probably why it's so mixed. So
Right.
it will have
Yeah.
upgraded rules and stuff, obviously.
There's also
I was like, Frank Frazetta did the artwork for Border. Like that dude's. I mean, that's old school D&D art. But anyways, go on.
so I like the Firefly franchise.
Yeah.
They're having a card game, Firefly Misbehaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I covered this when it was announced. My thing with this is, it is hideous. Sorry, Gale Force. You've got some good
Yeah.
games out there. I actually think your Dune game's pretty. I might be in the minority there. But this game's ugly. Firefly is my favorite show of all time. And this one is just, it
don't think it does it
doesn't
justice.
have me. Hey, it might be the best game ever. I'll check it out. I might like it, but I'm not exactly looking forward to it right now just because I saw it and I was like, ugh.
Well, you play as one of the villains, so
Yeah,
like
Niska.
Niska, and you're trying to take over different, like criminally take over different areas, like the Rift, the Rim, the border, things like that.
This
So
is all the
I'm
money
curious,
Niska
I'm
gave
curious.
us in advance.
Yeah,
I've never watched a second of Firefly.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness!
it's really good.
What a
We'll have to-
disservice
we
to
will-
humanity.
we will have to remedy that.
You're
Well,
why it was canceled, sir.
Let's not overhype it, because then it won't.
Oh, I'll
live up.
overhype it. It's the best show ever made. And it's only one season. Sit through it, whiner. I'm jumping all the
Can't
way.
be that good if there's only one season.
No, it's because it was on Fox at the time, and Fox cancels everything. That's
Fair.
why there was only one
Yeah,
season.
yeah. The movie's really good, too.
I'm jumping all the way to Giga Mike. I don't know how to say it.
Not ready.
Uh,
Game Brewer.
Okay, go for Game Brewer.
Booth 362. They have two fantastic looking games. Both hit Kickstarter. One is now fulfilling the backers, and that's Stroganoff.
Stroganoff, yeah.
Beef stroganoff.
Yeah,
That's
and John
correct.
and no John Beef.
This is about
And Peter
making
Stroganoff.
the best beef stroganoff. It's a worker placement exploration game.
But it has a storytelling element.
Yeah. So I might fall asleep, but I'm interested.
Well,
it's
I'll
not-
read it to
it's-
you.
The element is not telling
we'll do
a
the
story to
voices.
you. As things happen, you gain like storytelling points. So part of it is being able to just go to the pub and tell the story of what happened.
Right.
So
Creating
They-
history.
they
I
had
caught a
this-
fish this big.
yeah, they had this demoed at Origins, so I didn't get to see it. Didn't have time. I
The
kinda wanna
way
see
you
it.
were leading into
yeah,
that story,
yeah. The word
sounds
"so"
like
there was misleading. They had a demo at Origin, so
So
I
I
wasn't
wanna-
able to play.
So I'm hoping that they'll have it demoed here.
There we go. That
There we
so
go.
makes more sense.
yes.
Game Brewer also has Oak, and they're demoing it. This is a worker placement set collecting game where you can upgrade your workers, and they have like their own independent abilities. It looks gorgeous. Like the art for Oak looks
Yeah.
beautiful.
does.
People love on Oak a lot.
Yeah, and the way the different workers kind of look and everything. I'd love to get a demo of either one of those. So.
Yep.
I want to point out, I'm only pointing this one out actually because we all skipped it, and I just find that interesting. So why are you guys not interested in Hippocrates?
I don't know anything
I've not
about
heard
it.
about
Okay.
it.
Same.
I honestly thought Theme would get you.
Oh, it
Clearly,
would.
you know who
It
that
would. I
is,
just don't know
right?
about it.
I just, to me,
the box cover looks amazing. I've
Yeah,
done no research.
I love the box
beyond
cover.
that.
I love the theme. The thing is, I think the board is looking, and I think it's a first-time designer, if I'm remembering the one correctly. And so with those two things, I'm just scared. But I love that theme, man.
Are you trying to say that by Spencer liking this theme but not wanting to talk about it, he's a hypocrite? Tease?
He is
Sorry.
a tease.
So next,
Wow,
Grandpa
that's a
Beck's.
stretch.
I'm just gonna go
yeah,
real
I
fast.
accidentally skipped Grandpa Beck.
Grandpa
You're right.
Beck's booth 1914. They've got a new game coming out, The Reign of Dragonus. So it's like it says a new twist on ladder climbing games with standard and advanced play. I don't really know anything else about it other than that little blurb. But let me just tell you, go to the Grandpa Beck's booth. He's going to be there. He is the nicest
Oh,
flipping
I need
dude.
to meet him. Okay.
He's so cool. Also, they've got a ton of really great, cheap family games that are easy to learn, easy to teach, very appealing, and very replayable. So even if not every one is your style, right? Like you don't like trick-taking games, but they
Right.
got plenty of other games. Cover Your Kingdoms is really fun.
Well, Grandpa
Golf.
Beck is kind of like, I think,
Bears
just from
and
my
Bees.
experience with them, they're like the master company of next step games.
Yeah.
They are, oh, your family, like, you got one of those families that, like, plays Uno every game night, and you're like, man, I got to get them out of here. Bears and the Bees.
Yeah.
Perfect
Oh.
Great.
upgrade
Oh, yeah.
to
Andrew's
Uno.
sick of playing euchre, play Skull King.
Right,
Right.
Like,
you know, like
they are
yeah.
like you're not. It's not going to be a big jump, but that's the thing. Literally, next step games. Get them to play something slightly better and more advanced than the games that they like, and then maybe that will cause a snowball effect that gets
And-
them playing the heavier
And
games.
also,
you know?
it's a small family-owned company with just run by really decent people.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't know them personally, but I follow them on social media and things like that. I have talked to him at a Gen Con like 4 years ago, way before we were doing any kind of show or anything like that. And I just because my wife and I liked a couple of his games, and we're like, oh, Grandpa Beck is right over there. And went over and just said, hey, we're like, we love your games, thanks.
They also
so-
do that amazing thing to where the wife, Grandma Beck, in every like rule book and every game
Oh,
that you
yeah.
buy
Oh, they
just
give you-
has a recipe.
Here's
They
the
just give you a
recipe.
full recipe for something they make
Here's
that's
the-
delicious.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I love it. Just
Yeah.
like okay, go through the rule book and then there's the recipe for the brownies that came with this game.
Mike, calm down. Not those brownies.
Jeez.
I got to backtrack a little bit.
What?
I know.
Again.
Well, Garfield games. They're actually going to be in the Renegade booth 2309. Circadian's Chaos
Oh, yeah.
Order they are demoing. And Garfield Games' first take on a territory control game.
This is 4X
Sign
as well, right?
me up. I'm interested. I don't know anything other than that. That's all I need to know.
I think it's 4X.
Is it? Says action drafting, area influence,
I might be
science
thinking of the wrong
fiction,
one
war
then.
game.
Yeah, well, they had their other. I'm assuming it was them because the artwork's similar. There was that other circadian game, like
Circadian rhythms.
I was gonna say that too, but no. But yeah, it's like a trading game or something, and then this one.
Sure.
But anyway,
What's our next one? I've got greater than.
I said I'm at
got Glass Cannon.
I said Gigamike. It might be Gigamic. You know, I don't know.
Okay, sure. So you would be next.
Yep.
Currently? Okie dokie. So, booth 2109, Gigamic. I don't know how it's said. For $40, I actually just found this one last night, but I wanted to mention it. It's called Critical Foundation Season 1. I had no idea what this was, and I finally looked into it, and it's fascinating to me because what this is, so I'll just read it. Constructed like a television series, with each of the 9 episodes taking 30 minutes to play, you take on the role of a game master who directs the adventure, or play as one of the characters to put yourself in the story. The game provides an RPG-style experience with board game scaffolding via character cards and dice-based combat, and is by the designer of Captain Sonar. So I love the idea that this is supposed to be like, and especially for $40, it's not bad. It's supposed to be like an intro to RPG, an intro to Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing, right? Where it's a 30-minute game where each game you just say, okay, you're going to be the DM today. You're going to guide us through this story as we play these characters. Then the next time we play, Spencer can be the DM character and guide us through the story,
As
right?
long as we can find a day where we can all get
Well,
together.
sure. But that's not the game's fault. But I find that as a needed thing in the hobby, a nice soft way to enter the Dungeons and Dragons world and stuff like that, you know? So yeah, Critical Foundation, check that out. And then I go all the way to Glass Cannon.
Me too.
So.
Glass Cannon.
Glass Cannon.
So Tim, you had something.
We know.
No,
Who's
mine
after?
is.
We're next.
Yeah, you guys are next
Okay,
still.
I
I'm
can't
at
remember.
Greater than.
Frostpunk,
Greater than, okay.
the board game.
Yep, Frostpunk. Booth 815, they're going to be demoing
Yeah.
Frostpunk. This is definitely one I'm going to demo and get
Yes.
get some footage of because
been wanting
I
to play this
am
one.
stoked. This is based on a video game, fantastic video game. And
Survival
just,
game, right?
Yeah, you're leading a colony. Yeah, so it's like a cooperative colony survival
And
game.
there's like a heating elements, and you have to make certain that they're still on, or people start to freeze.
Yeah, well, there's a giant coal tower in the
Yeah.
middle, and that runs your entire thing. So as you're building out new cities, you have to make sure you can get the coal to reach those. You have to make sure you have enough coal to fuel all your buildings, and you might have to limit how many people are working in different buildings so that they take less coal so that you can supply other buildings. And there's a cube mechanic, like a Dark Tower thing, where
Yeah.
you're putting cubes in the tower, and that's the coal. And if the tower ever drops stuff out, then that's the tower malfunctioning, and you have to get it back
I'm
up
so
working
pissed.
and
It's
stuff.
Kopinski.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's another
Kopinski.
Kopinski. He's all over this,
I
by the way.
know.
I kind of hope he's at
I
Gen
would
Con
love
because
to
he
see
has
that.
like 50 releases at Gen Con. He's everywhere. And then
So-
I jumped to Gray Fox. So.
Okay.
I'll make a
I mean, if
quick
there's just
pit
one game I
stop.
do it, that's it.
Huh?
If there's just one game I go to see,
Oh,
that's,
sure.
that's it.
I'd make a quick pit stop at Grail Games, booth 2946, for a game called Silicon Valley. I am very adamant about how there are not enough modern themes in board games. It's all medieval or historic or World War.
Sci-fi.
Give me more modern themes, please, that aren't sci-fi. So
Well,
Silicon Valley
modern
is a
wouldn't be
Scott
sci-fi.
Alms, Tiny Epic designer, economic game. If they are demoing it, I'm interested. Modern theme, economic, I'm there. There you
Sure.
go. That's all I got.
I should say, check out Grand Gamers Guild 2310. Not going to go into depth there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say, again, this is just so Great on Games I skipped, but it's just because, so I love them as a company. I just personally didn't see anything this year that was really
That
grabbing
Forgotten
me.
Waters.
I'm-
one, or not Forgotten Waters.
Nope.
That's a different game.
I'm actually very much looking forward to
Forgotten Depths.
the new version of their. Are they demoing it? No, they just have a picture of it. It doesn't release until October.
Okay.
I'm hoping they have the box of Horizons of Spirit Island. I want to just look at the art and see with my own eyeballs that art is as horrendous as it looks in digital, because I want to meet the person that made the decision for this box. I have massive problems. That dragon looks... What?
That's what dragons look like. They're not all cartoony Game of Thrones dragons, okay, Mike? They look like that in real life. I've seen them. I've seen them. I've
Hideous.
seen them.
Yeah.
Why?
It looks pretty terrible. I was just.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I do want to mention, though, while you're at that booth, though, the Legends of Sleepy Hollow game. Now it's expensive. It's like $100, but that game looks cool.
Everyone is talking about this, and it does look good. I just don't care at all about the theme, and I don't understand what you're doing in the game. So I've moved on past
Action
it.
Points co-op game.
Oh, there you go.
And we, Dan and I both like Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Absolutely.
So they
Yeah,
do Sentinels
yeah.
and
It's
stuff
the
like
definitive.
that.
So
Maybe-
since I haven't gone into it, I can just get all.
You
Yeah.
should.
That's
You
true.
should. It's
Maybe
really good.
Dan can find a box small enough to actually fit a small box games list.
Actually, do you want me to bring mine in, Mike? Because obviously you've never seen the box. It's pretty small.
The original box?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think I have the original. I think I have the second.
Send me a
printing
picture
or something.
with a ruler.
I sent a picture in the Discord when
with
it happened.
with
but I
a
will.
banana for scale.
or Pop Top.
I will,
box.
Mike. You're a crazy
Okay.
boy.
All right, you said Gray
Okay.
Fox
Gray
games.
Fox 2501.
2501. Yeah, we're all mentioning Last Light,
Absolutely.
and then there's
Absolutely.
other stuff.
Oh, and After
but-
the Empire,
After
right?
the Empire.
Yeah, well, again, I'm not gonna buy it, so I'm not interested.
Well,
but
I mean,
it's a great
I'm
game.
not either, but everybody
Even
loves it.
Arcane
I haven't
Horizon
played it
looks
yet.
interesting.
Last Light.
But yeah, Last Light.
They're
Back
demoing
Last
it.
Light looks super cool.
Yeah, they're
wanna demo
demoing
it.
Last Light. This is the other one, by the way. Must
Yeah,
demo
you're
this.
absolutely-
So
it's
there's
alright.
definitely going to be some footage of this game there.
And I got to talk to Lance Meister, the Undead Viking,
Yeah.
at Origins.
Yep.
Really nice guy, and he talked to us for a few minutes about Last Light while we were there. So there is a video up there.
Yep, there-
75-minute 4X? Yes, please.
Yeah, with 3D Marvel planets with a rotating board.
Yeah, so you
rotating
can't
board?
you can't corner yourself anywhere because the board's gonna like nope.
Because
Ugh.
in space you
No one can-
rotate. Yeah, no one can hear you scream. Yeah, I knew that was coming. I actually can't wait to talk about level 99 games next. That's mine.
I would
Whoa,
say
skipping way
if
ahead.
you want to go to, I've got Hachette or Hatchet. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Not
it's
I.
not on there, but that is Nidavellir.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
So
Yeah,
go there.
Nidavellir is another one. It'll be further down under a different company that is within Hatchet's booth. Or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
Yeah, it's another one of
Okay.
those things.
I just knew that they were in that
Right.
booth. I just saw Hatchet, so I was like, okay, I'll talk about that one real quick.
This one, I almost laughed because I wanted to talk about Patient Zero, and I was like, I keep wanting to know what this game's about. Like, yeah, but it's right here. I don't know why I.
So Dan,
Yeah, it's literally right here. I love that cover, man.
it's really cool, and yeah, Dan, we can play that one.
Yeah,
up
I know.
for a
That's
review.
why I wrote it down for a second. I was like, that one's at the studio. I don't know why I'm doing that.
I'm down to level 99 with everybody else.
Indy does have copies of
He's
Eons
first.
and Legacy.
Doesn't matter, but I'm just saying alphabetical wise. he's
Indie
first.
Gamers
And
Guild.
they're
What do you
gonna
have, Spencer?
And they're going to have Indy. I'm already on Indy. I mentioned
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah.
finish.
Go with your
They
Indy
have
game.
a big box version of Avalon called Quest. I don't know. I'm kind of interested. Love Avalon. So
Yeah, I don't know what
yeah.
that is. It's like just
It's a big
within,
box
within the
version.
Avalon universe, though. What's big box
Oh.
mean? It's just like 10 cards.
I know.
What does big
Yeah.
box mean?
I know. That's why my interest is peaked.
Yeah.
Like I want to just like
I'm
look
just
at it.
I just have to
touch
assume
it.
it's a deeper identity game in the Avalon universe. It's not just Avalon. Like I have to assume that.
It says Avalon Big Box Edition.
Okay. Then
Except
it must
they're
just
just
come with
calling it
must just
Quest.
come with every expansion, and that's what it is, I guess, right? Because
Yeah.
it's such a small game. I
It
don't-
is, I
A big
know.
box version of that game is like my phone. So I
Right,
don't
yeah.
get it.
It's slightly bigger than the previous box. Like, it just
All right, Spencer, what was
Anyway.
yours?
Incredible Game Studio. They're doing Kinfire Chronicles.
Better be incredible.
Knight's Fall. It is doesn't release until next year, but they are demoing it.
Yep.
It's a 1 to 4 co-op game. It's in the style of Gloomhaven. You're telling a story, going through, making decisions,
I like the
that
art
kind of
style.
thing. It's only 45 to 60 minutes per quest. So like Gloomhaven, but
thought you were about to say-
playable.
I thought you were about to say Purple Arrow.
But playable. Dang.
This one is probably one of the most hyped games that I've
Oh,
seen
looks
people
good.
talk about. This is actually the one that if you're at it, it says there's demos or whatever, and then it says, sorry, all demos are sold out. Maybe you can watch. I
You know what?
love that.
Watching will be fine.
yeah, you'd be a lurker.
I love that.
No, you're a seeker.
Oh,
Your guys' humor is great.
So good.
What else you guys got?
where are we at?
I think we're-
We're waiting to go to L
Yeah.
Go
'cause
ahead.
we got level 99.
Okay.
yeah, I think that's where
Level
as well.
99 games is going to be as 8:15, by the way, and it's going to be demoing Dead by Daylight. And this is almost a curiosity of pain. Like, sorry, Level 99, if you happen to find this video, but I am one of the biggest fans of Dead by Daylight in the world.
Correct.
And I have many, many hours in that game. And I
Correct.
just don't. Oh, and in our spare time, Tim and I have kind of been working on a game that's similar to Dead by Daylight, but not IP, because we're not dumbed enough to think we're going to get the IP. But we've been working on kind of a board game that shares some mechanics.
Correct.
And I just don't think you guys nailed it.
It looks awful.
Correct.
I don't understand. Like, you got the theme, okay? Like, you got the actual theme, but like mechanic-wise, it just doesn't look like it feels like the game at all. I don't. So I'm gonna demo it, because it's Dead by frickin' Daylight, but I am ready to be disappointed. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Discard a sneak card to move from
Right,
this
it
location
looks
to
like
that
it just has the
location?
pandemic cards, where it's just like, oh, I have to discard a blue card just because there's a picture of a guy crouching on it, and that lets me move from this location to this location because there's a big blue crouching guy connecting those two locations.
Yeah, the graphic design on the board looks really weird. It looks very placeholder.
Exactly.
Like a white box, and then here's your location, and then an icon of the card that's like a sneak card to get from that
Which-
location to that.
So the production value of this game is the only thing that makes me think it could even possibly fill this year. There's no way. I would bet money that this game is not released October 1st of 2022.
Fair.
There's just so much. I just don't understand. Like, did you guys? I'm not trying to be mean. Okay, the game might be great, but like when I look
I
at
hope
this,
it is. We really want it to be
It
great.
doesn't look great.
But yeah, my thing is like I just want to make sure you guys like played the game. When you, I'm not trying to be mean. Like I just like the killer wins in the board game. It looks like, and again, I could be misunderstanding because I haven't played the game. That's why I'm definitely gonna play it. It looks like the killer wins just by like getting a bunch of hooks. You like every time you hook someone, you get a little hook marker, and you're like tracking that on the board. And when you get a certain amount, you win. But like, so there's no player elimination then because they'll point it at by daylight as you die. Like when you get hooked 3 times or XX, right? Depending on how long you're on the hook and everything. But like, and this is just like, oh, just get 15 hooks. And then like the survivors win by searching face down tokens for objective tokens that look like a generator. So you just walk around with your eyes closed and just happen to accidentally find a generator. And then when you find the generator, you did it. And you just need to do that a certain amount of times. You don't have to actually work on the generator and get skill checks and stuff. And I just don't understand. It just doesn't seem like it's on theme at all. But anyway, hey, I'll play it and maybe I'll like it. You know, who knows?
I like your optimism, Dan.
Yeah. But I'm jumping to Lucky Duck next.
I'm
Lucky
off
Duck.
the page.
Off
so-
the page. Well, Tim, you made a horrible mistake then by skipping
Okay.
Lucky Duck. Because, Tim, you gave It's a Wonderful World the highest rating
Oh,
out
yeah.
of anyone here.
I did.
And It's a Wonderful Kingdom at booth 157 Lucky Duck Games is selling for $45 there. I love this idea. It is a medieval war themed, like, you know, kind of like storming the castle kind of version instead of the what's the word?
Sci-fi, future,
Yeah, the
post-apocalyptic.
Dystopia.
Dystopia, that's the word I was
future,
looking
yeah.
for. Instead of the dystopian future, it's like this
A
medieval
dystopian past.
battle kind of thing. And I love that. Unfortunately, the only knock on it, especially for $45, which I'm sure it's worth it, is it's only a 1 to 2 player version.
Yeah,
It
they
doesn't
fixed-
actually play up to the normal mount, and that's a real big turnoff for me. I don't like playing solo and 2-player games.
I don't mind playing solo. I think that's interesting, but for a 2-player game to be $45,
That's
it's
what
kind
I'm
of tough.
saying.
That'd be
It's kind of
amazing.
tough.
Well, it looks amazing. Again, the component,
Yeah.
it has more components, and the components look, you know, nice like the other one.
That's why I didn't
I
write it
just,
down.
but again, I'm interested. I will check it out because It's a Wonderful World I do really like.
I
So-
wish they would just revamp, because this was to solve the complaints that the game doesn't work well 2 players.
Yes.
I wish they would have just put it out an expansion.
Exactly.
For It's a Wonderful World. Instead, they rethemed it, made an entirely different game, and then launched a whole new campaign
Yeah,
for it.
like, no, don't get me wrong. It's a Wonderful World does play bad at 2 players. But then you make this version, you fix the 2-player rules, and then you also let us play the normal rule set up to 5 players or whatever. Like,
right.
why is it not in the
Steal those
base? I
rules.
don't understand.
Yeah, weird decision.
Anyway, though, it looks really good.
I'm going to be walking by because although it's not on our list, they are making Flamecraft, and
Oh,
if it's
I
there,
just want to ask about it.
I
yeah.
am going to go look at it because I back that one. My daughter, pretty much every day, is asking. Every time we get mail, is like, "Is Flamecraft here yet?" I'm like, "No, it's not here yet."
I jumped to Mr. B Games next.
I would have to stop at the Mind Clash
yes,
booth.
Mind Clash game. That's it.
Booth 2319. I did back Septima.
I
Looks
think
good.
it's Septime. I'm pretty sure.
Nailed it.
Septima, a witchcraft Mind Clash game. This is supposed to be the palatable Mind Clash game. And honestly, I backed it just the price point wasn't bad, and a palatable Mind Clash game, sure. There you go.
I just love that that's how they have to sell
It doesn't come out till next year, but they are demoing
This
They're
game
demoing it,
is
correct.
palatable.
Well, I mean, it's true because every Mind Clash game is there's a barrier to
No, I
entry.
know, and that's why I love that they know that, and they're selling it under that flag. And it's amazing.
It worked.
Yeah.
I literally didn't even look at that much on it.
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
everyone knows they make great games, but they're like, I
Yeah.
can't play a 3-hour deep Euro game. And they're like, okay, we'll make this one 2 hours. It'll be okay.
But if you want to play a 3-hour deep Euro game, or Perseverance episodes 1 and 2 are also going to be there. And
Yeah.
I got to play episode 1 with Bob halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way through the game before we had to stop.
Yeah, this is another one that I don't have on my anticipated list because Bob owns it, so we can play it whenever we want.
Yes,
Like,
but still, you should go check it out.
sure, I'm not gonna have time to check out everything, so I'm not gonna check out a game that I can check out
Yeah,
at
yeah,
home.
yeah.
Right?
But I mean, dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs,
You got me.
exactly. Spencer's in. What is next for me? Oh,
Do
I
you
already
wanna
said
do this
Mr.
one?
B is next for me.
Oh, okay.
Mike wanted to talk about it though. So who's that under?
Oh, Mixlore?
So
Yep.
you have, yeah.
I don't really know anything about these. There's an Ozark game.
Yeah, they're Netflix
Incredible
games.
series.
Oh
There's
yeah.
a Squid game.
Yeah, basically.
Don't
who
know
is it? Is
anything
it
about
Asmodee?
it. Incredible
I mean,
series.
they're both limited to 500 copies, so I guess get there quickly.
And the author is signing them on, I won't say what day, figure it out yourself.
Because I want my
Oh.
signed copy.
Right. I want my copy signed. No,
Yeah, do your
I don't know
research.
anything about these. Like, they don't even really give any, like,
Yeah, they don't.
gameplay.
I went to the Ozark like actual
mechanics.
page and it barely says anything.
So I want to go there and see what the heck this is all
it's
about.
crazy
Like,
that they're selling because they're selling it, right?
yeah,
They're
selling,
selling it and they're not saying anything about it. Like, so okay.
Yeah, they're just.
Asmodee is that confident.
It worked. They slapped Ozark and Squid Game on 2 boxes and said, "Here," with no information. And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Gimme!"
Yeah, so obviously Mixlore is like a Asmodee like little side job they're doing that's just like IP games and stuff. So
I loved Squid Game.
or maybe
Oh my
just
gosh.
Netflix IP actually because those are both
Yeah,
Netflix.
they're both Netflix.
It's Squid Game is 3 to 6 players, plays in 45 minutes.
Hey, there you go.
There it is.
I'll take 2. now that I know
Ozark is 2
something.
to 5 players, plays in 30 minutes.
I mean that's
all
pretty
I
good. Plays
got.
in 30 minutes.
That's
What you
Where
got?
we at?
Nope.
Mr. B?
I'm still jumping to Mr. B.
Yep.
So I'm just mentioning this one because it's a really cool idea. Mr. B Games is $22.36, and for $60 you can pick up Built for War, Design, Build, and Destroy World War II tanks. That's all I have to say. The whole thing is it's like this card game, and you have these player boards, and you are putting pieces on, and you are literally building and designing tanks to send them out to fight. I think it's a really cool idea. I think Bob and I talked about it when it was on Kickstarter or something, because I remember talking about this theme. But that's all I have on it. I think that's a really cool theme. And I'm jumping to North Star next.
Hey, it looks like our editor, Matthew, might be interested in Mr. B's game Thunder Rolls, a NASCAR game.
Hey, I will say Thunder Alley is a fantastic NASCAR
Yes.
game, and I say that as someone who hates NASCAR.
My problem is every time I see that, I just go, the thunder rolls. That's all I think
Yeah.
every time.
Same.
And the lightning strikes.
It's a great song.
Where are we at?
I'm going to North Star.
Oh,
Do
I
it.
just
I
saw
think I
this.
got
I realized
one,
what that was.
Yep.
Holy shnikes. I'm going to North Star too.
Yay! So it looks like, Mike, we're going to North Star?
Yes.
Okay. Tim, you can
yeah.
take it.
Ooh, it's Oceans, an expansion.
Ooh,
Legends of the
what?
Deep. Ooh, Oceans.
so
That was one of the
this
first
is-
games we got to review for
Yep.
the show. We got it from the game store. It's not like
Right,
North
of
Star sent it
course.
to us. Right away.
No.
But anyways, we did. That was like our first unboxing video. Oceans is an absolutely fantastic engine builder that completely destroys Evolution.
Agree.
It is. I really love. Don't get me wrong. Evolution came out, and I was like, I must have this game. I got Evolution. Really loved it. Got Oceans, and it's like, what is Evolution? I don't remember.
I know.
Because Oceans is so good, and with the way that you have this sort of common deck of traits as you build up your critters, but then you can go to the deep, and they're all unique cards. And if you can swing it, the deluxe edition of Oceans is so good because of the components and the sleeves that they give you. It's all just top-notch stuff. And, I can't wait to see what they do with Legends of the Deep.
Yeah, so it's going to be like folklore creatures and also like high
Oh, wait, so
fantasy.
like Lovecraftian
Yeah.
creatures?
I agree. This is booth 523, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's coming to Kickstarter in October.
And then North Star is also going to have Paint the Roses, which you and Bob have played.
We
I haven't
reviewed
played
it.
that. Yeah.
Yep. It's a cooperative deduction game, kind of like a deeper version of Shipwreck Arcana, if you want to call it that, just because of the way the cooperative deduction works.
Sure.
I'm Joe going to the op next. The obvious jump.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got off the page, so I'll be
Okay.
first. So people that watch the show know that I absolutely love Mind Management, one of my favorite games to play last year.
It's pretty good.
And Jay Cormier, I'm not sure, Cormier maybe.
That's my guess.
He's Canadian, right?
Oh, so he has that French
So the
little
French-
side you're saying?
Yeah, like Dave Coulier.
Yeah.
You know, anyways, I really love Belfort, which is another one of his games. Obviously, I love management. They're going to be demoing Harrow County, which is it says 1 to 3 players, but it's a 1v1 asymmetric game where you're trying to either protect or destroy Harrow County. I think the artwork is really neat. I don't know a lot other than that. They've already sold out of all
Yeah.
the demos.
That's the only problem I don't have it on my list is because, again, I tend to like off-the-page games as well, but I know nothing about this game, so I'm just like, until I see it in person,
But I've kind of been talking to them, and I think we're going to get a slot where we
Okay.
can go and actually talk to them about the game, and
Okay,
then I
nice.
can also gush openly about how much I love Mind Management and Belfort. But anyways, that's what I got for off-the-page games.
So is op next? Looks like it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention, so the op is 135, and they're demoing Dice Throne Marvel, which is as exciting for me because I can finally play it. They got a bunch of other stuff, of course, that
I
we've
wanna
covered on the
play it.
show. You know, like they got the Disney Sorcerers Arena. You know, they got all this, but the big thing for me, because I haven't played it yet, is Dice Throne Marvel. I want to check out one of their copies. I might pick up one of the cheap 2-packs, you know?
And I will say also, don't sleep on the op. They've got some good games. They look
Yeah.
like mass market games, but they've got some good games. Ven, Blank Slate, Telestrations. I mean, they've got some really good games. And we haven't played it yet, but we've got to review Disney Smash Up.
Yep.
So an interesting twist on that. I enjoy Mountains and Molehills quite a bit. I've got an interview scheduled with somebody from the op, so I look forward to
Yeah.
getting to ask them a bunch of questions about all kinds of goodies.
Do you not know, by the way, that we
We
have that?
played.
Yeah, okay. Just double checking.
Nope.
I'm going to Pegasus Spiel next.
I've got
So-
Repos games.
So did you want to do that? That would be next, I believe. Hold on.
Nope.
No, I would be next.
Go for it.
I forgot the name of that company.
I got a
So
few there.
Pegasus Spiel, I'm just mentioning booth 2635 for $60. They're selling a Battle Through History. This is the game that they teamed up with Sabaton for. So if you're a Sabaton fan, that is awesome. You are traveling through time and collecting world leaders to try to build the best team to save the world or something
that
like
sounds
that.
fast.
Yeah,
It could be really neat.
it's hilarious.
I really,
So-
Little
really
Bill and Ted's
interest-
Excellent Adventure kind of
exactly.
thing.
It's like Sabaton meets Bill and Ted.
I'm
So,
really
yeah.
interested in seeing what.
But that's all
that
I
looks
got on
like.
it. I'm just fascinated by that idea. And then I move on to Red Raven next.
Well, I just want to make it. Oh, you got one?
Pegasus Spiel.
Oh, yeah.
Sky Mines. It's Alexander Pfister's newest game.
Yep.
That's all you got to know.
I couldn't
I'm
find enough
interested.
information on it to. No, that's the one that actually it was the opposite. So I was like, yes, the designer, the art looks really cool, but then when you click on the page, it's like a 27 paragraph description of gameplay, and I was like, oh
Holy
my
crap.
goodness,
Okay.
I'm good.
Don't click
So-
on that then. And I don't need to say anything about Carnegie because
Carnegie.
everybody else is.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
Carnegie.
check it out.
Yeah, Carnegie's the big boy there.
Pendragon.
Yeah, want to do a shout out to Pendragon Studios because we got to play it, The Thing.
Yep. The board game,
I
not
wanted-
the op one.
Yeah.
The Pendragon one.
Yeah, I want to go because I want to see if we were playing it right.
Well, we played with the two-player
Yeah, the
rules, which
two-player
is
rules.
different. But,
And they had this Norwegian outpost expansion.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was at Origins.
So-
I just didn't grab it because I didn't know if I liked the game yet.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. Also, the next one is Perplexed.
Yeah.
Number 836, Long Shot the Dice game.
Yeah.
Really fun. Did,
Yeah, that was fun.
Did you play that
Yes,
with me
with
and
Jason and Katie,
Jason?
yeah. All three of their phones have that one up right now, and I'm just like, eh.
I tried to see if Tim would grab me a copy of this game at Origins. He came back empty-handed, so the quest continues.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
dropped
it's
the
a
ball.
pretty
there.
It was
betting
a
game.
good game. I tend to like horse racing games. I have no idea why. They just tend to be
I'll
good.
try harder at Gen Con, I promise.
Good, you
Uh,
can stand in line.
But yeah.
Oh, I won't. I'll get
I
there.
love racing games.
They're
so
early.
There you go. And betting. we
Uh,
at?
here's one for Dan.
Yeah.
Plan B games.
Yep. Plan B.
Gollum edition.
Now, is this
Equinox, the
is
Gollum
this
edition.
just a new
Only
box?
because you don't like
yeah,
Century.
well, the cards, no. The cards will be
Oh.
Golems as well.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Oh.
did you not do Century Golem edition?
Yeah, I
Same
did.
thing.
Okay, I didn't realize that they were doing
It's
that.
just that you don't like Century.
Yeah, yeah.
But I thought that.
well,
they
and
were-
I also just bought Equinox.
Yeah, but I don't own Equinox yet,
Yeah.
and freaking love that game, so I might actually get the Gollum
That's
edition,
a good
right?
point. It is a really good
It is.
game.
I was
Great.
able to get the pretty purple box though for
That
mine,
makes
so
sense.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
sure.
happy
Just
with
I
it.
10
liked
up.
that
My
a
daughter
lot.
would like it.
I would love. I'm going to pre-order Brazil Imperial.
I was just gonna say, are you gonna?
That's
that
at the
looks
Portal
like a
Games
game.
booth.
Yeah.
It's 9:37, a 90-minute 4X. Sign me up. There you go. Let's go buy it.
Oh.
I mean, we could play Twilight Imperium in 90 minutes. Okay, I do this.
You could.
Uh,
Sounds fun.
like chess with a little timer.
So repos. Anybody got anything before repos?
I'm at Red Raven.
So you're still first.
Yep.
Queen. I
Queen
am
games,
the
yeah.
resident Stefan Feld fanboy here.
Steffenfeld.
Stefan, I don't
Steven.
know. Who knows?
Steven
Steve-
Fields.
No, it's with an
From,
F.
Stanley.
I
Feld.
own 11 of his games. I've
Holy
played
crap.
13 or 14 of them. And I'm curious what they're doing with some of his classic games because they've released the City Collection,
Oh, right.
and they're basically taking his old games, theming them as cities,
And doing the
then
pretty side box thing.
re-releasing them. So Amsterdam, that's Macau. I have that, haven't played it. Hamburg, that is Bruges, which is an amazing game that's been out of print for years, hand management kind of game. And Rialto is now New York. I think Rialto is one of the most underrated games I've ever played. Very interesting card bidding mechanism with some territory control. I think that game is far ahead of its time. So I just want to stop by the Queen booth and take a look at the new Feld games.
There you
Okay.
go. Right on.
I've
All right.
got.
What?
What's
No.
your next one?
No,
Red
no. I was
Raven.
gonna throw the Red Raven over
Red
to
Raven
Dan.
is
Oh, I got
me. What do you got?
Ravensburger or Ravensburger.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now you're gonna love this one, Tim. Villainous. Star Wars Villainous comes out today as of the filming.
I just wish they chose better
I
villains.
know, but still,
Who
it
are
is
the
Star
villains in the
Wars.
box? So obviously Vader.
Darth
He's on the
Vader
cover.
and Emperor are right,
Yeah.
and then Grievous, and
Okay.
then Dooku, and then Asajj Ventress.
I think it's Passage. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and it's just like
Who would you
none
rather
of them
see?
are
I want Darth
bad.
Maul.
Who would you replace?
Well, I would put. I mean, man, I'd have to think about it.
Kylo
but-
Ren, Moff Gideon.
Oh, Moff Gideon and Kylo
Yeah,
Ren are in
yeah,
it as well.
Moff
That's
Gideon.
true.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
again,
I
that's
like
just
Moff
jumping
Gideon.
on the
That
Mandalorian
Yeah,
thing. You
I
know?
don't care.
Yeah,
Give me more Mandalorian.
I
Yeah.
guess, but like, well, yeah. I mean, again, I like even so. You said Mandalorian, like playing as Jango Fett would be really cool, right? Jango Fett's a really cool character. I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the villains from all the different things. I mean, Darth Maul. Everyone
Well,
wants to be Darth
Maul,
Maul,
but
right?
you might see him on cards with Asajj Ventress. I don't know.
Right. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
they'll still have.
Yeah.
their own
And there'll
thing.
be expansions.
They'll be
and-
clone. They'll be
Oh,
like
yeah.
a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
but
be
I mean,
like-
I'm just saying for a base game, I was like, man, I really like the idea of Star
I,
Wars.
I would.
Villainous, and
I
just-
hope they just do an Inquisitor's box.
Oh,
And
sure.
it's just the
That would be
you know,
smart.
eighth brother. Whatever.
Yeah, seventh sister, second
I
sister.
could not mention this one. And if my wife ever watches this show, right, the
Oh.
Great British Baking Show is having a board game.
Hooray!
She loves that show.
Sure.
So I don't know. I might have to just see what it's about. It's a pattern game.
Sure.
Okay.
Red
So,
Raven?
Red Raven. This is a game actually I was kind of not following, and then everyone's talking about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's good. And I looked into it, and yeah, it looks good. So Red Raven is $5.16, and for $45 you can pick up Nightfall, which is the next Ryan Lockett game. He made Sleeping Gods and Near and Far and all those things. And it says Nightfall is an asymmetrical team game for 1 to 6 players. One team controls the knights, who must protect the elders and withstand the demons until dawn. The other team controls the demons, who seek to break the seal to the underworld before morning. But there's not too much like of the board, anything like that shown, or the book probably. It's a Ryan Lockett game. Yeah, I mean, Sleeping Gods, Near and Far, people like those. People like the art style, and this one is a team game with demons and knights. It looks fascinating.
Yeah.
But that's what I got. Next is Repos.
Yeah, repos. Huh?
Did we skip Renegade?
Yeah, we
Well,
did.
we were about to go for Renegade.
I know you want to do the My Little Pony game.
My little pony, my little pony.
Oh, that's not what I thought. Are
G.I.
they
Joe.
selling My Father's Work?
Yep,
Yeah,
it looks
probably.
like
Looks like it. There you go.
125.
We all
so-
enjoy it. Go check it out.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, components are amazing right
It's
out of the box.
just so expensive.
It
It's
is.
worth every penny, but it's
Yeah.
so expensive.
And the app is live now, so it's actually worth it.
Yeah,
Beforehand,
Renegade, Transformers Deck Builder.
more
Okay.
than meets
Oh
the
yes,
eye.
they
You
do
want to
that,
talk
that.
about a
They do
theme
that.
that like I'll just blindly
Really?
like it's Transformers. I'm
They
sorry.
also have
It
a
is.
Power Rangers one too.
And a G.I. Joe one.
I'm a little
He
old
said
for that one.
Transform. Oh yeah, but not
Oh.
okay.
I was like 16 when Power Rangers came
Right.
out. I'm sorry. I
Right.
did not grow up jumping around kicking people.
It's like the
I'm curious
yeah,
about
yellow
the
and pink
Vampire
Ranger are hot,
Masquerade
but that's
card
it.
game.
Vampire Masquerade card game.
Vampire the Masquerade is an old RPG,
Yep.
like a tabletop role playing game, and they turned it into a card game. So I'm just curious.
Well, I used to play the crap out of the Vampire the Masquerade card game Jihad. That was really good, and yeah, it was really fun.
Okay.
But that's long gone. Repost Games, again, big fan of Joey Vigor. Stranger Things, Attack of the Mind Flayer. This looks like it is a Growl, like a reskin of Growl.
It's
I
a
don't-
skin of ground.
So, Stranger Things, I'm hot and cold on. We could have a whole conversation about that in Discord if you want. What I love some of it, and I
Continue.
hate some of it. Like actively hate very specific
I
things
loved
about
all
it.
of it except for the 15-minute waste of a dance scene. Continue.
Okay, cool.
So we'll just
I hate the girlfriend in Utah. Completely wasted my time. Anyways, so but anyways, Growl is an absolutely fantastic game.
It's really fun.
And so if Stranger Things is the theme that gets this game into more people's hands,
Yeah.
like by all means.
I don't understand how the theme's gonna
I'm
work.
guessing it's like I'm the
Ooh.
mind flayer, and you're trying to maybe make
And
other.
so
'cause-
it's got to be season 3 stuff then, where it's like possessing people.
Yeah, or
Yeah, you're right,
season-
because it's called Attack of the Mind Flayer. So you're right. It's season 3 stuff where Billy gets like.
Yeah, is that season
possessed.
3 or 2?
I
Oh,
think-
Well, it might start in 2, but 3 is the
Yeah.
one with the famous.
Oh, it is 3. It is 3.
zombie stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
3.
how at the end of Growl, everybody that was a werewolf has to growl?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like
so
everybody's
Mind Flayer was like.
"Grr." So the question of the day is, what noise does everybody make?
No, you just melt and join into a.
Yeah, yeah. Or you like
Group.
tentacle.
Yeah.
I got a little weird.
I'm surprised it took this long.
By the way, Repost is 815, booth 815, and
Yeah.
Stranger Things is currently set for $25.
Yeah, and again, I've met Joey one time in person years ago to talk to him about Chaosmos, not show related, just a game I liked. Oh, here's this dude. Have been following him ever since. So when Growl came out, and we have had like some text and email correspondence, basically to get like monsters and the things that destroy them, stuff like that. I like the dude a lot, and I look forward to getting to hopefully interview him at Origins.
Yep.
Stop by the Resonim
Yep.
booth.
Yep.
Location 1913. We've got a review. We're all fans of Phantom Inc. They will
Yeah.
be selling it.
Really good.
Cool
Party
word
game. Yep, party
Yeah.
game, word
Worth
game.
your time and your money.
I'm done till Trick or Treat, and actually that's my last one.
Okay.
So
I got Rio Grande.
Rio Grande.
Rio Grande. I like Rio Grande games. You know, I'm a fan of Race for the
Dominion.
Galaxy.
I'm just kidding.
I do have Dominion. But I'm not actually going to tout the Race for the Galaxy game because it's just the ones they've had. They're
Sure.
putting in a box. It's the Space Station
Space
Phoenix.
Station Phoenix. I got that,
That
written down
looks pretty
too.
cool. I've
Yeah.
seen it at our
Yeah.
FLGS.
I watched some gameplay of it. It looked interesting.
Yeah, it does look interesting.
Is
it's
it
It's
here?
an engine. Yeah, it was here like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well, 2 weeks is a long time.
Man,
I don't know.
I need to ask Mark for a copy of this.
Yeah,
check
it
this
was
out.
kind of cool engine building thing. And I love the art looks very much.
Yeah,
like,
and I like the idea that you're destroying parts of your engine
Yeah.
to build other things
Other
in your
things,
space
yeah.
station. So such a neat
So-
idea. So you're getting rid of some spaces that you can assign your workers because
Right.
you're basically tearing down old parts of your space
Right.
station and reusing it.
Because
to
there's no
make-
trash cans in
to make
space.
better.
You just kind of push.
Yeah, it's super neat. Super neat. I think that's great. Yeah, I'm at Trick or Treat Studios. now.
I would like to stop at
Mm.
Scorpion Mask booth 2109 and check out Touring Machine.
Yes.
This is the same company that made Decrypto. I am
Oh, you loved it.
I
Crypto. Yeah,
love
yeah.
that game. That is maybe my favorite word game now. So this this company has made another code cracking word game. I'll definitely want to check that out.
It says using a real analog computer.
Yeah. I guess you got to have a Dell or an Apple IIe.
It comes in the box.
Yes. Oh, perfect. That'll be cheap as shit.
Yeah, no, this is interesting to me. Same kind of theme as the Enigma that we talked about, right? The whole the
Code
Turing,
cracking, yeah.
Well, Turing, right, made the Enigma thing, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
I will say also stop by Stronghold Games booth, not for Terraforming Mars, but for all the Australia stuff, as they are.
Yeah,
and
I
that is
figured that
booth
you would mention that it's there.
22, 29. I'm a
'cause you
big
backed
fan
them,
of
you don't have them
Australia.
yet, right?
No, I've got it all.
Oh,
now.
you do have
I've got
it,
it
okay.
all. Yeah, I haven't played the expansion stuff, but I absolutely love Australia. Really cool game. Are we now to Trick or Treat?
I had one more real quick
I have
mention
some
of
He's
Yes,
waiting for his
Stonemaier.
computer to load.
I don't really know.
Oh, Viticulture World.
Yeah, Viticulture World. It turns viticulture into a co-op game.
Yep.
So I
It's
like
gotten-
viticulture.
It's gotten a lot of hit and miss so far. I want to try it out.
I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Well, never mind.
Different video.
Studio H will be selling Northgard,
Oh yeah.
which is a 4X deck builder that I think just fulfilled the backers
Also-
or is shortly.
Also based on a video game.
Also,
Oh,
ba-
yeah.
yes. So very interested in what that game does.
Yeah, looks interesting. A Viking civilization builder, area control, whatever you want to call it. I don't exactly know how it works.
All right.
Okay, trick
Can
or
we,
treat.
can we go trick or treating finally?
Tim, I'm glad you knew about this one because I thought you'd be stoked
Uh-huh,
for this. So really quick, Trick or Treat Studios is booth 1161, and for $60, Tim.
Oh my God, Nightmare Productions. So you're bidding on contracts to produce Golden Age blockbusters with the best directors and stars. So I think we've talked about this before in a previous episode, like in news, that this game had come up, like it was coming out or something. I forget how. This sounds really familiar.
Well, we've talked about because this is a remake of Dream Factory.
Oh, right.
And so we've talked about those old games before. I don't think we knew this was coming.
Right.
But we talked about the old ones.
I just love the concept of this. And like, just,
It's also Knizia, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And also, Trick or Treat Studios, friend of the show.
Yeah.
The Shadowgate guys.
Yeah.
Shadowgate is being made by Trick or Treat. They've been picked up by Trick or Treat. So it was a
Oh,
real good.
nice.
Actually, Christopher Gaizat, I believe, will be
There
there.
was something else, right? Trick or Treat did something else too. I thought there was something at our Meeple meetup thing that was a Trick
Oh.
or Treat thing.
There was literally Chris has that trick or treating game that he's in development.
Oh, that's in development too. Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
He's.
That's what
I
it
don't know
was.
if Trick or Treat has picked that game
Right,
up.
right.
But
But since they picked up their other game,
they picked
they
up
might-
Shadowgate. You know, the
Yeah.
name lines up.
Right. Okay. Exactly. Smart business move.
Yeah, so, but it'll be really cool. I actually want to go and hopefully there's people from Trick or Treat Studios there. Like, I would love to meet these guys and talk to them
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, they've got a bunch of interesting looking games there. Trollfest, World Z League. But I am by far and away most excited about Nightmare Productions. Blood Orders looks kind of neat too. But it's
Oh yeah, I had a sentence by the way to add on to what you said. In 4 rounds, players bid on chips representing genuine directors, actors, camera,
Yes.
effect, music, guest stars, and agents.
Music.
Yeah, and these all get placed on the player's film strips to complete movie production. And there are things that will tell you what you need. So your movie might not even need any music. So you're not putting that on
making
your
a silent
films.
movie.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, and it's a bidding game and everything.
yeah,
so.
I just love the theme.
Sold.
You talk about Transformers being a blind buy, and it's like, oh, I get to make like monster movies.
Yeah.
Blind buy, like, you
And
know,
it has bidding, and it's a Knizia.
yeah.
Sold.
I know all the things you
And it's
hate.
a remake of a game that like is very highly regarded.
Yeah.
Like very people
What's
love
it
it.
remaking?
Wonder
Well,
Factory
it's had
or-
a bunch of names, but Dream Factory
Dream
is the one that
Factory.
I've heard the most.
Yeah.
But there's like one called like Hollywood Directors. There's one called something else. Like it's had a bunch of names over the years.
Okay. We skipped over one that I
Uh-oh.
have to mention.
You're good. I'm done now. so.
Definitely go to booth 2806 and stop by Thunderworks.
Thunderworks.
I don't know that they necessarily are. I don't know what they're demoing because it doesn't
Oh,
really
yeah,
tell.
Thunderworks.
But I am a Thunderworks fanboy.
I
am
love
a massive.
I love
fan.
cartographers, role player. Tenpenny Parks is going to be a
I
big
haven't
one.
played that yet, and that's getting a ton of praise. It will be available for sale. They have a current campaign for Dawn of Eulos, which is set in the role player universe that looks pretty cool. Quite honestly, I just want to meet Keith Matejka. I'm just going to be honest. He's one of the nicest designers that like I've seen on social media. I've talked to him on Facebook Messenger before. He was super approachable. I just want to meet that guy. He makes great games, has an awesome company. So I got to go by that booth.
It's awesome. Awesome. Yeah. I've got a V. Anybody else?
Oh yeah, I forgot to write down. Yeah, but
I mean, he's in the same booth as Repos.
Oh,
but
that's why,
one is
okay.
under the Repos games,
Okay.
and one is under Vigor games.
yep.
I'm kind of curious about Upper Deck Entertainment with the legendary.
I
Marvel
love
deck
legendary
building.
stuff. Yeah,
They
they've got the
Doctor
Black.
Strange and the Shadows of Nightmare.
Yeah,
I'm sure
there's
it's
a
all
new
good.
Black
I
Panther
just
expansion.
stopped caring because I mean we all knew it was coming, right?
Yeah,
Hey guys,
yeah.
what's hyped right now? Well, Doctor Strange just came out and Black Panther has been announced, so we're having a Doctor Strange and a Black Panther expansion. You know,
Yeah.
like we all knew it was coming.
Yeah,
But it
there-
adds a player. It goes 1 to 6.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy legendary. I'm always kind of slow. I usually pick up stuff when I see it on sale.
Yep.
Because it just, you know,
That
it's
was my
fun.
last one.
I would much rather. I know it's not really the same, but I would much rather play Sentinels or Marvel Champions. I know they're not the same, but
Oh, sure,
I
sure.
just hero games, right, in my head.
So Vigor games, there is the monsters and the things that destroy them. They are at the Repos booth 520. So Joey's just there, kind of with all of them and all the stuff that they do.
Yeah,
Already-
so this is where you can get the dead.
Yeah, I don't know if he's selling the dead yet because that's coming
Oh,
to
good
Kickstarter.
point. This is where you can look at the dead.
Yeah, but you can get incidents 1 and 2.
I forgot. We just talked about that.
Also, Wise Wizard Games,
yes.
1537. You will get a chance to demo Rise of Empire, which is the Star Realms legacy version of that game. It was so awesome. Spencer and I now he has joined my list of ongoing Star Realms games. I love it. Playing Star Realms digitally is so good. But the legacy version was just off the charts. And then the game that sneaky, so excited for this.
wondering if you were gonna talk
so
about that.
excited for this because I have not bought Fantasy Realms yet.
Mm-hmm.
But WizKids is doing Marvel Remix, which is the Marvel version of Fantasy Realms. And I love Fantasy Realms. Was
Yeah.
we played it at my sister's house, right? That
Yeah.
was the first time we played it at a JuliaCon. And I'm like, this doesn't look like much, but you start playing the game and you're like, oh, this game is really good. You know?
I looked at this and didn't know that that's what it was that it was Fantasy
So-
Realms. I don't know how I missed that.
I just want to point out that they had Fantasy Realms on sale during Prime Day.
Uh-huh.
So I bought it.
Uh-huh.
It's untouched, and now I'm learning about this. So my Fantasy Realms in the trash.
Don't do it.
I want this.
Don't do
Sell
it.
it.
Keep them
Put it
both.
away.
I'll give it away.
Have
All
you,
right.
give away on
have
the
you
show?
not played it yet? Though?
No.
Okay, fantastic game. You should play it.
Yeah, play it. But this is like Fantasy Realms. I really enjoy, but the cards are just kind of blah. But
Yeah, I'm buying
but the
that.
gameplay is super good, right? It's really good. It's like Red Rising but better.
Yeah.
In my
so if
opinion.
you like Red Rising, Fantasy Realms better.
Plays faster. The colors are less confusing.
Way cheaper.
And way cheaper.
Who wants my copy?
But Marvel, when I just saw that there was the Marvel remix for this, it's like I've got to have this
Yep.
flipping game.
That just
So excited
jumped
for it.
up to
Who
like
is
my
it?
number 2 buy.
Wow.
I didn't know it was
what
Fantasy
booth?
I haven't
Realms.
played
Oh,
that.
it is. So this
Fantasy
is the
Realms.
WizKids booth.
WizKids. Okay.
And
His phone's not loading.
Very quickly. 1719.
Okay.
1719.
1719 for the WizKids Fantasy Realms Killer. You
Yeah.
heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Well, it's just a different theme of the same game. They probably will sell Fantasy Realms there too. So if you don't like Marvel stuff,
Right.
get Fantasy Realms.
Definitely get Fantasy Realms. It's so good.
You know what we need to do is we need to play your copy so we can do a review of it because we don't have a copy to do a review.
Stay tuned for a Fantasy Realms review.
Yeah, watch Mike's gonna be like, oh, this game
It's
sucks.
It's just not Marvel. I
Hey,
can't.
play with me. I haven't played it yet either.
Bring
There you
it to
go.
bring it to Gen Con.
Ah.
Oh no, wait, no, don't bring it to Gen Con.
Yeah, they
Julia's
have
got
it.
Julia's got it. We'll play
Oh,
Julia's.
okay.
We're staying at her house. Then we can keep it in shrink. So if you want to
Yes.
resell it, it's still in
Oh, I
shrink.
already popped
So-
it open.
Oh well,
Had to read the rules.
fair enough. Fair enough. But anyways,
NFRB.
I'm
did-
done,
RFB.
guys.
Did we just make another 2-hour snoozer of a video?
Oh my goodness.
oh,
Wake up.
time to get up. This has been your poorly done ASMR 2 hour.
Yeah, just yelling the whole time.
Lull you into sleep.
Us yelling
We're really
obscenity.
bad at ASMR, but apparently it puts people to sleep. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for if you stuck with us this long. Hopefully, we've found some games or pointed some games that maybe you weren't that weren't on your radar. And there's so many. There's a ton that we missed, right,
Oh, yeah.
or just skipped over. And it doesn't mean that we don't that we think they're garbage or whatever. I mean, maybe we do, but
And even the
love to
list of-
hear love to hear what you guys have to
And
say.
even the list we saw might not be comprehensive. Who knows what else they've got there?
Oh, this was
Yeah.
not really
No.
comprehensive.
No,
yeah,
no.
let us know, obviously, in the comments, everything that you were looking forward to.
Yeah,
and
this
all
is
that.
just what we're interested. Also, all of us, everybody you've seen from the Board Game Rundown will be at Gen Con.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you'd like to meet up with us, if you want to play a game, if you want to grab a beer,
Discord.
hit us up on the Discord
Yep.
or the YouTube comments. Say,
Yep.
we're game.
Yeah.
Yep, add us.
One thing I want to add real quick, there's an event going on. It's apparently a huge, famous thing. It is the Gen Con Writers Symposium. They're going to have...
Never heard of it.
Okay, and now you just made me completely lose my
They're
train
going
of
to
thought.
have the
Dritz,
writers.
R.A. Salvatore is going to be
Oh, yeah, he's
one
the-
of their
one of the guests of
big
honors.
guests. And,
Yeah, he didn't. He's never really done
man.
anything huge.
Oh, no,
What
never.
has he done?
I don't-
Dritz.
Dritz.
He created one of the most
yeah.
famous D&D characters
Oh,
that I've
got it.
never
Never-
read
never heard of
anything
him.
about.
Completely changed the game because everyone, after they saw it, was like, I need to play him.
Okay, well, I haven't seen it, so that's why I don't
Yeah,
haven't said
anybody
that.
that has played D&D
Oh, he's
after
got-
reading those books needs to make like a dark elf, or they need to, or if you play the D&D board game version where
Oh,
you
yep,
can,
yep.
you know, like
You have to
I
get
need
Dritz in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So he's going to be there. I'm going to be looking at a lot of that stuff.
Going on what Spencer said is unrelated, like events, not board game things exactly. I'm sure you will find Mike and I at the Blood on the Clock Tower things at some point. They're going to be running, live games. They even said a couple times. So you sent me that event list, and some of them said when you clicked on them, this one is played with an unofficial copy, and some of them don't say that. So I was like, are they going to have an official copy there? Because they are delivering now. You might actually get to see an official copy.
You never know.
Cool.
But yeah, so you'll see us there at some point. We'll be playing that. I'd
be cool.
really like to. I just don't want to ruin the game for anyone else, but I'd really like to, like, between rounds, like, talk to the camera and be like, hey, so here's what's going on. I'm totally betraying Mike. You know?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'd
And
love
Mike's
to do
like,
that.
I'm
But I
holding
don't
the
wanna,
camera,
I don't
dude.
want to
Super
pause
awkward.
the game for everyone
Get
else.
the
you know?
GoPro.
So we'll figure out if we can get something to work there, even if
Yeah.
we just have to do a post-game thing, you know?
Yeah, maybe bring
like
your
that idea.
your
I will.
homebrew
Just
version.
take notes of what it was like, and then afterwards we can do the B-roll.
Yep,
and
yep, yep.
I would love to do a live play of that.
Yeah,
Yep.
that would be great.
Office
that would
style.
be great.
Okie dokie, guys.
All right, guys. So thank you again for watching. Also, make sure that you've liked and subscribed and did the stuff. Discord, blah, blah, blah. Thank you again for the Board Game Rundown. I've been Tim.
I've been Mike.
I've been Spencer.
Dan.
See you at Gen Con.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.